Hey everyone, welcome again to another Hangout with AstroPrinter. Those of you who are out there, if you want to come in and chat, I just posted a link in the chat. If you want to come in and join the conversation, please feel free to join me. I have to ask, did anyone see the SpaceX launch a while ago? That only happened 30 or so minutes ago. Anybody out there saw it? They actually launched and landed SN10. It sat in the pad for about 10 minutes after landing and blew up, but still, it's a test machine, right? Let me bring in landed. Hey Tim.
Whoops.
Set in the pad for about 10 minutes after
I gotta mute. There we go. How you doing?
Good, and you?
Good. I just watched the launch. I've never watched one before.
Really?
That was very cool.
I watch every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Jerry.
Hello.
Jerry. And it was
Jerry's got something to show us. So.
Incredible landing. And then I guess they had a methane leak or something.
They were sitting on the pad for 10 minutes upright, and there was something going on. It's a test machine, right? It's a prototype. And then it blew itself up, but they landed. That was what they were hoping to do.
Yeah, I was posting all over the internet. I was jumping up and down. I was clapping. My wife slept through it. And then I'm reading it blew up. It's like, oh no, what do you mean it blew up?
But it's okay. There was a leak underneath, but it's a test. They did what they couldn't do before. They brought it down, they flipped it over, they got it where it needed, and they brought it and put it on the landing bed.
Okay, so when it blew up, it didn't start to take off again or anything. It just went boom.
It boomed. The base of it blew up underneath is what happened, and it actually keeled over. A piece of it went flying, but...
okay.
Then the tip of it just went poof.
It was successful.
Yeah.
The fact that they landed, that's successful. Because they're
with
trying
one
to
engine.
learn what's involved in bringing it in. And they do a belly flop, bring it into the belly flop, and then do a kick at the last minute. And with this time, the last two times they tried and it failed, they ignited two engines. The first time, both engines ignited, but it came in too hard. The second time, they tried to ignite two engines, but only one of them ignited, and it came in at 45 degrees. But they did all three engines this time, and it worked. So let's see let's say hi to everybody who's out there first. Hey Dominic, how are you? Hey Gary, welcome as always. Ram Design, how are you? 3D Mylan, hey man, how are you?
3D Print Newbie, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, Milan.
Michael Castle.
Michael, how are you? We have Matt.
Matt
was asleep. Come on, you lazy. Come on. And we have Dan.
Dan the man.
Because Zolan's going live as well tonight. So
like your new intro, Dan.
So everyone says, I think they didn't self-destruct it. No, it wasn't actually a fault. It blew up. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't want to self-destruct if they can diagnose stuff afterwards. So
let me ask you a question.
Sure.
They had a camera that actually from inside the ship that showed the three engines.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. Now, they wobble a lot. Now, is that meant for stabilizing?
Yeah.
So those are almost like gimbals that automatically stabilize it? Okay, cool.
So what happened? They actually change its direction and they stabilize it. So you notice when it takes off, it's not going up. It's kind of going up and going off at an angle.
Yeah.
Because the engines are actually doing that to counter to keep it upright. And
I see. Okay.
And so those engines, the three of them, they actually gimbal. So that's how a rocket steers. A rocket can steer really, but what they do in the back is they have these engines that gimbal, and that changes. So they, like, if you're in a rocket and the engine gimbals left, the rocket will actually go right because it's thrust in this direction, and vice versa, right? So that's how it works.
No, it's just cool. They look like they're wobbling down there, but they're all controlled. Yeah.
But some of them turn off as well. So when they go up, it actually some of them shut down in sequence.
Yeah.
And when they shut down, they move out of the way.
Yeah.
They shut down. Serp oysters, Serp oysters.
Oh.
What?
No, Llama said substers.
Syapsters.
Serp oysters. He's just saying, hey, what's up?
Oh.
Okay. Oh,
you just showed it on screen.
Guys, the link is there if you want to come join. It's in chat.
So you seen this the other day that I
you want to show your prints.
Yeah, I printed this the other day on the FL Sun Delta, and I was using up some old Arion filament that I had. It came out great, and I have a person that might be interested in one, a friend of mine. So I was going to print another one with a bunch of scrap that I had in Arion. And I looked at it and I said, I can go to sleep. I wake up during the night. I'll go ahead and check it. I woke up at 5:30. I should have woke up at 4:30 because it was about a half an inch higher, and I ran out. And yes, Tim and Sam, I can cut that and glue it to it, but that's only if I'm going to sand it down and paint the model. Since I want it to be perfect like this, I'm reprinting another one with a bunch of old filament that I have that's multicolored. I want it to be perfect. But yeah, I've done many, many models in the last 4 years where I drop them, I cut them, I glue them, I sand them, I paint them. Yeah. So yeah, I know how to do that.
So Loyal, you're correct. It came in, it successfully landed, but there was a fire underneath, and it blew up. But it's success. They got it on the ground without it blowing up. The last 2 times,
it was like 10 minutes later. I wasn't even watching it when it blew up. I was on Twitter and I'm on Facebook going, woohoo.
Didn't the landing gear fail to open or something?
No, the landing gear opened. I mean, it was tilted slightly, but they do have a crush core on those gears. I was walking around my house with this in my hand, watching it to make sure I didn't miss a thing. Let's see.
That's your portable bathroom cam.
I do. That's the one place I never bring it.
Okay.
I don't do that, but yeah. That's what cell phones are for.
Yeah, I didn't do a live stream yesterday. I didn't do one today. You're doing one. I'll do one when I do one. I don't know.
Yeah, I won't be able to do anything tomorrow because my son has a swim meet, so I'll be going to that instead.
We got that big live stream Friday where we're multi-streaming on 4 channels regarding our robots. So I might do a live stream tomorrow. I'm not sure, but that's on Friday. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, guys, if you want to come in and join the conversation, I just reposted the link. So you click on that StreamYard link, and then make sure you mute your Facebook and YouTube before you join. Otherwise, it'll cause all sort of audio issues. It definitely landed, yes. And that's exactly why I want to be the first group off every airline flight.
Yeah, if there would have been people on it, if they would have hurried up and got off, they would have been fine. So you got 10 minutes. Get out of here now or else.
Run. Well, there's the guy, what's his name? There's a Japanese billionaire. He got more money than anything else you can imagine. And let's bring in Dan. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
He is
Hey, Dan.
he is scheduled that in 2 years
he's grown a beard.
Yeah,
here's what happens to your beard when you get older.
They're supposed to go around the moon on Starship, and he's paid completely booked out Starship for a flight around the moon, for the first humans on a flight around the moon, and he's looking for people to go with him.
Wow.
I'm relearning how to use my laser I haven't used since Christmas time.
That looks good.
So I'm just making a little sign to put out print on the post. By my gate, I got a white picket fence around my front yard, and I got a bell out there so Amazon or somebody comes, they ring it. And I got a white piece of foam board right now with a magic marker on it, and they kind of look shitty. So I figured I'll put this little sign out there.
That looks good.
Nice.
How are you, Dan?
I'm okay. I commented on Tim's video today about how I liked his little intros. He decided to turn around and make me a couple, so now I have a couple little intro videos too now. So
I needed something to do over lunch hour today.
I haven't looked at your intros yet. I saw the post, but I haven't got to them. I'll have to have a look. They're probably going to be better than what I have. So,
did you buy them from somebody like I did, Dan, or did you make them yourself?
What? Sorry.
Did you buy those intros from somebody like I did, or did you make them yourself?
No, Tim over here made them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
cool.
He posted a couple videos earlier today, and so since he posted the few that he had done, I said, "Hey, those are cool. At some point, I got to get some." And he sends me an email a little while later saying, "Hey, check these out." And I went and looked, and I was like, "Well, those are cool." And he was like, "Got any suggestions? Anything you'd like to change or anything?" And I threw a couple ideas at him, and he made some changes and said, "I think you're going to love these." And I was like, "Those are awesome. Thank you." And
yeah, I know you've now just created a list of people who are going to come after you, Tim, for intros.
I've been subscribed to this site where I've done some marketing pieces and stuff for my business, and then I suddenly realized that I can do videos like this on them. So figure, what the heck? I've been wanting to do myself an intro video for a while, so I did.
So Marcus is becoming the verbiage police, are you? So, by the way, I haven't heard an update. How's Zolan? I know he's supposed to go back to see his doctor.
That I don't know. I know he is currently streaming right now over on his channel. I don't know what's going on over there. I was listening in a little bit to both streams, and then Shane and I were also hiding in the Discord or my Discord server. And Shane's like, "Well, I'm gonna go check out Zolan's." I was like, "I'm gonna go check out Liam's."
Yeah,
So,
well, I know.
he
I
went
didn't
to
know he was
Zolan.
going live. For some reason, I don't get his notifications.
It's all good.
It's kind of weird. They don't get his
Zolan and his
notifications.
wife have been pretty bad off, but they had COVID and it's still lingering around. They've
It's
been having
not
a lot of
COVID,
problems.
actually. The doctor said they were negative for COVID, so he doesn't know what it is.
No,
he has to go back in for more testing.
He said that him and the wife tested positive for COVID a while back. They went through the whole thing with COVID. And what it is it's the same thing that a lot of people who are getting COVID have. It's called you just get your butt kicked. Because
Well, they got a name for it, but I forget what they were calling it on the news. Where
they call them like long haul. It's like
long haulers,
like long hauler. Yeah. So once you get it, it's one of those things where it's like you either bounce back or you don't, and if you don't, it takes you quite a while to get back to, really.
They don't know how long get back is yet because no one's got better yet. That's had problems.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like with me, I told my wife, I'm like, once I get up and get moving, if I stop, I get tired. That's why I mean,
the problem with me is you wouldn't be able to tell the difference anyway. I'm already like that.
No, like at night when I get in here, I come home from work, I sit down in here and I'll be talking to everybody, and by about 8 o'clock I'm wiped out. I go in the house, I change into PJs, jump in bed, and
hey, loyal Moses, I got a question. If you have an arena where you can walk your horses, where it's got the big long pole, you hook them up to it and it runs them in a circle, run a power cord out to that, up over to the horse that's holding it, mount a piece of printer on where the saddle goes, let it print something while it runs around in circles. And that way, don't tangle the power cord. That'd be a pretty cool video to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a thought.
Well, I think people have done videos of printers printing upside down already. So,
yeah, Naomi's done printers mounted on a backpack and she walked around the mall and stuff. But that'd be cool. Mounted on a horse.
Yeah, you can print anywhere because it's mechanically square. You can't do resin, but FDM you can do in any direction, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Actually, that would be cool to go on the Starship to the moon and print a version of the Starship while on the Starship.
Oh yeah.
Now that would be a cool video. Bring a 3D printer there and mount it, and print a version of the Starship while you're on the Starship. Flying around the moon.
Somebody needs to contact
while you're going there.
So somebody with some pull somewhere needs to contact a certain gentleman who has a little bit of pull in SpaceX and maybe see if they can make a suggestion and make it happen. You
know somebody?
The only time in my life I've ever even came close to Elon Musk was when he probably flew over my house on a trip from one coast to the other. So probably 30,000 feet, probably closest I ever been. I mean, that's if he flew over. I mean,
Hey, view it. Hey, SPC. Hey, question for you. 1 second. View it. Tell us what problems you're having. Let me go up to full screen with you, Jerry.
Yoda by Photo Cement, a resin printed it at that angle right there. Good size.
It looks really good.
It's been hollowed 3 millimeters thick. It's got some weight to it, even though it's been hollowed. I had holes in its feet and a hole in the back of the head, and I plugged it, and I got it primed right now. I use clear resin. Right now, I'm using Tech Clear. It's $5 cheaper on Amazon, and it's actually in stock, so I'm printing with clear, and then I just prime it afterwards. And right now, I'm printing a Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger from the movie Commando years ago. Printing him out in resin from Sanix.
That's kind of cool. That's cool. I'm not doing resin right now because I'm printing inside because it's cold here, and I don't have an enclosure for venting it. Right now, when it warms up, I'll stick my resin printers in my garage and I'll print away like crazy. But I'm not doing it right now because I don't have a way of venting it, and the fumes can be pretty strong, so I'm avoiding it.
I don't have fume issues, and I don't have any venting, but it depends on the person and how sensitive they are to things.
Yeah, you know me, I'm very sensitive.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. How's everybody?
Good. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Hey, Tripod. Guys, you can come into the chat if you want. You don't have to in text chat. You can come in here and join us. The link is in chat if you want. That applies to everybody
Come.
who's here. I can
Come,
have
join
10
the
people on the
chat.
screen. So if you want, click on the link and come join us.
Yes.
Different people tomorrow on our live stream are giving different things away. I'm giving away 2 rolls of filament from Ziltech. They've donated 2 rolls, USA only, PLA or PETG. So I'll be putting out a Google Doc during the stream, and I'll be spinning the wheel for those drawings. And then DeWitt Tim will be on it, Tripod will be in, Sam and Marcel will all be there. And we're multi-streaming on all channels at once.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Or Friday, sorry. Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
I have
Friday.
a question about your printer, about your
Well,
robot.
this says super chat $100. Liam, you gotta.
Did I miss that? I don't have super chat.
That's the point. He's trying to figure out how
I
to
can't
get you
do it. I need
$100.
1,000 followers to get super chat. I don't have enough people.
I'm with you, Liam. Let's make
I
this
know.
happen. Let's get both of us to 1,000.
Thanks for it, Loyal, as always. But
Let me go post this over on.
before he comes in. I'm only at about just over 300 right now, so I have
Yeah.
a bit of ways to go.
I'm going to post
Hey,
you over
look
on
at
my.
your PayPal. Check your PayPal or
I
your
do
Buy
have
Me a
PayPal.
Coffee.
So
Because-
those who want to support the channel, you can support via PayPal because they don't have the super chats. So you can actually
That's
PayPal if you do want to support the channel. As you want.
Liam, Liam.
Yes.
That's why I'm telling you to check your PayPal and to check your Buy Me a Coffee, because sometimes when Loyal does those things, he's letting you know that you have $100 bill waiting in an account somewhere. You need to go look. So
PayPal
when I
will give you
said go
notification
check,
in your email.
I meant
Yeah,
go check
PayPal
now.
notifies, so I haven't got. But it doesn't matter. It's like I don't do it for that, right? I just do it to share the ideas and share the fun. You know, it's all about. That's what it's
Hey,
about for me.
Tripod.
So,
Oh,
but thank you,
Oh.
Loyal. Anyway.
so you let the riffraff in, huh?
Oh
Just
yeah,
let
yeah.
the
Tripod's
riffraff in
out in the riffraff is here.
Liam,
Yes, Jerry.
I reposted on both Facebooks and my Twitter this stream right now.
Thank you, sir.
This is the biggest piece of crap printer ever.
What
Hey,
is-
Tripod.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna kill this freaking CR6 SE.
You know,
no, but at least you didn't
No.
get magic smoke.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
go
it's,
through these. Let's say everyone's saying hi to Loyal. What's wrong? What's up?
Just,
Then
it does like first couple layers, great. And then, look at that.
Hey, look at that little bit of under extrusion you got there. You should probably do something with that under extrusion.
It's
Ignore him.
the first like
Loyal.
10 layers or so, it's beautiful. And then all of a sudden,
You're getting heat
says,
creeps.
screw you.
You're getting heat creeps. Same
Yeah,
problem I
it could
had.
be your fan is your cooling
Yeah.
fan is not cooling the heat break enough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's,
'Cause-
again, it's they put that real small fan in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I was having the same issue with that Anycubic, that i3 Mega that I got. I was having the same problem with that. I took that cheap knockoff E3D V6 hot end off of there, and I put that Phaetus Dragonfly on there, and it prints beautifully. I haven't had a problem with it since.
I already destroyed one PTFE tube. You know, I mean it, and you know, I have a Capricorn on there now.
It's not that. It is.
No, I'm just saying
your cooling fan.
well, I'm just saying it's that little fan is not good enough. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you do is take out the fan and get a higher end fan to put on there.
Oh well, yeah, it's a small fan. I already got a new
No,
fan for
you
it
may have to
upgrade
cut
it.
open the front of the
To a bigger one,
casing on
yep.
it. But if you try that, and if it cools, the problem is it sounds like if you take the filament out, is the filament kinked and a bit weird?
What out of what the hot end?
Out of the hot end, when it's giving that problem, what you do is you take out the filament, or take off the button to pull out the filament. The filament that's going down through the heat exchanger, right, through the heat sink, is that weirdly shaped, or is it no, not there though? What I mean, and the filament itself.
The filament in the hot end, when you pull it out of the hot end, does it have that weird?
Yeah.
Does it basically go from a point up to normal 1.75 millimeter filament, or is it
I have to
actually
look.
kind of like
I have to
look
look.
like a little?
I'm about to just do everything on my
Check
Enterprise
it.
Plus
If
because
the
this thing is
filament
such
goes
a
straight
big
and
piece
smooth,
of crap.
it's okay, right? For about 2 inches from where the filament ends. But if it's slightly kinked and a bit like looks like it was softened a little bit, like the way it's shaped, then or it's a bit wavy, that means your your heat exchanger, your heat sink, is not getting enough cold air through it to cool, and you're getting heat creep up through the heat break into the heat exchanger.
Yeah, it's just it's
Yeah, I've seen
yeah.
it happen, and it's often because it's not because the fan is not powerful enough. It's faulty, and it's not giving enough RPMs to actually cool
Well,
it
I
down.
mean, I forget what size. It's not the typical hot end.
I know, but still,
fan.
as long as
Yeah,
it can
it's
move
just-
air, it doesn't matter. But the problem
I
is,
already
it's
got
faulty,
the-
not spinning fast enough. It won't move enough air.
I already got a bigger fan for it, but I had to 3D print a shroud for it, so it'll focus it in the correct area. But
Yeah,
it's just, when you see the layers go down beautifully at the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's
Yep.
You get
After
hopeful.
for a little while, you get that heat build up, and it comes up the hot end, and then messes everything up.
So
Yeah,
I have a
that's the
question.
problem too.
View it. Do you want to come in and join the conversation? I'd like to know what problems you're having with the X40. I have one here, and it prints fine for me. So I'd like to know what issues you're having. If you want to come in and join, you can type it in text if you want to. But if you want to come join the conversation, let me repost the link again. I can try and help you with the X40. Here's the link if you want to come in and join the conversation and tell us what issues you're having. So mute your Facebook or YouTube, whichever you're on. Click on that link. Come in and join the conversation. You can explain to us what issues you're seeing, because I do have an X40. So maybe we can help you out.
I can try.
Yeah. Well, I have one there, and it prints fine for me. Now the video I posted earlier on was not the X40 printing, because the X40 is an IDEX as well, but that was the Artist D that was printing. I had the Artist D printing on that one, but they both print fine for me.
Yeah, Dominic had a question or one about my skull, how long it took on my Delta. I just resliced it in S3D, 5% infill. My layers are 6, 4, 4, 6 top, 4 bottom, 4 perimeter, and it's saying 29 hours. And that sounds about right, what it took. Yeah. So Dominic said he had a lot higher figure, like 2.5 days. And no, that's not right. He's using Cura, so.
But what layers were you using? How many layers were you doing?
6, 4, 4. I print really thick and heavy whenever I print anything. 6 top, 4 bottom, 4 perimeter, 5% infill. I rarely go over 5% infill on anything. There's no reason to, because my top and bottom and walls are so thick.
And what about your layer heights?
0.20.
Okay. So yeah,
if something doesn't have high detail, I never drop below 0.20. And I mean, the skull's got a lot of good detail, but on that Delta, this printed perfect at 0.20. I mean, I don't see any flaws in it anywhere. I don't see layer line issues. I see nothing wrong with this whatsoever. It printed perfect on the Delta. But the only thing a Delta needs is a filament runout sensor. That way, if you're asleep or whatever happens, you're watching the rocket blow up and you miss it, you don't want to run out of filament. So that's the only thing it's lacking.
Yeah.
But being a flat bed, it's mounted, it's solid. There's no bed movement, nothing to adjust on the bed. The nozzle, you adjust it one time and boom, you're good to go until you take something apart, and then you might have to re-level it real quick. You plug in a little magnetic laser deal. But yeah, so far I love it.
Yeah, Garrett, for some reason you're not connecting.
Who?
Garrett. He's trying to connect. And
okay.
What
I'm
info
going
do
to
you
kick
guys
you out
like
again.
using?
When you get it connected, I'll bring it back in.
What info pattern do you guys like using?
I use rectangular in S3D.
To me, it varies depending on the part.
Yeah.
What I want it to do. If I don't care about structural strength, I will just use lines or cube or whatever. If I want something strong, I will go with maybe honeycomb, or I will go with one of the 3D version, the 3D infills, because that gives more physical strength to the part.
Yeah, I used to use honeycomb. I just went back to checkerboard.
Yeah, I usually use zigzag or triangles.
Yeah, view it now. I already said I can try and help you if you try to come in and tell us what problems you're having.
All right. Okay, I gotta go wash the glue off of this.
If you don't know how to if you post the questions, I can help you. I'll try. If not, I would recommend go to the Weedo a Facebook group because there's people out there. There's lots of other people out there who have the printer who can help you out with it. But if you want to talk about it, come in and join. Yeah, I've been asking him BCK, and he's not telling us. He's just saying, "I need help."
I gotta clean the glue off of this thing. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, man.
All right.
One thing that's good about the glass bed, though, when you use glue, it's just put cold water on there, and it just like everything just you hear it crack, but it's not the glass.
So if you got more to print with it, just leave it on and always add a little glue. There's no reason to wash it off if you're going to make printing.
Well, it's getting the pieces off right now without, I gotta reprint them again.
Oh,
But
that's all I would recommend. If you were using glue, use it on the smooth side of the glass, and you get a spray bottle with water and just spray it and leave it sit for a minute, and it'll come off easy.
yeah, well, I gotta wash it anyways. I'll be right back.
All right, man.
yeah, I've got to get my tracks moving. I got it programmed last yesterday, but my tracks aren't moving. They want to move, so something's a little bit too tight, and my head isn't rotating left and right. I can get it to go up and down, but it's not twisting, so there's friction. And I don't know if I should lube the head or not. I asked Sam. I never heard back. But
Yeah, usually for something like that, I would think that would be a graphite lube because it's plastics.
okay.
Yeah, I would. That's what I wouldn't use any silicone-based products on.
Yeah, because just make it wet and gooey mess.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of some type of graphite type lube.
Like keys on the garage door.
Yeah. Okay, do it now. You're having to re-level. It's an ABL. It's got ABL. You don't have to re-level it all the time. It levels. It goes off. Once you get the bed done once with the adjustment screws on the corners, after that, the ABL should take over because it does have an ABL sensor on it. So it will go off and probe the bed itself every single time it's going to print because ABL is turned on. It should be doing that. Are you saying you have to adjust the screws underneath the bed? You should not have to adjust the screws. You normally do them once, maybe once every 5 or 6 prints, and you use it with a piece of paper on all 4 corners and do 3 passes around the bed. And after that, let the ABL do its job. Because if you're constantly tweaking it, then the ABL is not doing what it needs to.
If you don't have solid mounts, take your yellow springs. Hopefully that's what you're using, not the silver. Crank them down all the way tight so they don't move, and then level to that tight bed. Then you'll never have to touch those nuts again.
Okay, I also find the 2 colors when the heads come out after switching colors, the head moves all the way to the opposite of park, and it comes out and hits the front clip. I mean the clip holding on the bed? Now that's not normal. I would check your firmware version and see what firmware they have because that is not normal. Mine doesn't do that. Mine is a stock version. Because you saw, I don't know if you found me from the live unboxing of the Wido, and I did the live unboxing and they printed straight off the box a dual color without issue. So I haven't seen that. But that type of reaction with the heads moving like that, try homing it first and then start your print. And if that doesn't work, I would check your version of firmware and I'd reflash the firmware. Because with an IDEX printer, a lot of the functions when you're doing duplicate mode or if you're doing mirroring mode and so on, is all firmware driven. It's not software driven. Yeah, I have 2 IDEX. You have one as well, don't you, Tim?
Yes, I have one.
Yeah. A printer with a minimum of 420. That's the Ender 5 Max. The CR10 Max is a 500 by 500, isn't it, Jerry?
Yeah, the Max is 500 by 500.
Or you could go with the Ender 5. No, the Ender 5 Plus is not that size. It's 350. Yeah, you have to go with the CR10 Max, maybe.
And an S4 was 400 by 400.
Okay.
And the CR10 is 300 by 300.
Yeah. If the heads are hitting each other, then they're not homing properly.
No, something's wrong. Right?
That's firmware then. I'm always sure that's a firmware. You need to reflash your firmware then. They should not contact whatsoever. They'll come close when you do, as an example, when you do mirror mode, you have the 2 heads parked. The second head will actually come over to the first one, stop close to it, move out the distance for mirror mode, and then the two heads will drift out in the bed to print. Right, that's what should be happening. I think you have a firmware problem. You need to reload the firmware. Yeah, I would recommend loading it. Yes. Okay. Troubleshooting then, maybe. Yeah. Big printers are. Just make sure if you get a really big printer with a 450 or 500 bed, get it with ABL, because large beds. I don't normally use ABL, but for a large bed I will, and the reason why is with such a large surface area, the chance of it warping and twisting is higher. So an ABL really helps because it actually builds a mesh in the bed before it prints.
I'm at 2184 on subscribers. Once
Good
I
job.
hit 2,500, I've got a huge giveaway. I'm giving away all kinds of goodies from all kinds of companies and people. So it's slowly getting there. Once I get to 2,400, I'll do a video talking about it and all the companies. So it's getting there.
Now I would still reload. You may have made a change that caused something to go off. I would reload the firmware before, and then maybe you would change some of the tool head offsets that's causing them to crash into each other. Maybe you didn't realize you were doing it, but you could have. It's on their configuration. So if you did change that, that could cause it to crash into each other and stuff like that. So I would reload it back to factory default, and then go through the dual color calibration. So one part's on top of the other to make sure they're accurate. It's just the Wido support group, the Wido group on Facebook. But there's guys on there who like I am. I'm on there as well. But we have the X40, and we can you can get video of what's happening and so on. We can help you out. But I would flash the firmware first.
Yeah, Trevor might have a printer that big. He sells Amazon returns, and his Facebook group is called. What's the name of that Facebook group?
Is he?
Can't think of the name of his Facebook group.
I can get it. Give me a second. I'm a member. Isn't it Creality Returns or something it's called?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm just going to go into...
Then he has a physical shop in Florida, and he might even be watching Trevor McIntosh.
Yeah.
So, Jerry, I got my Q5 in, finally. And then the next day, Amazon lowered the price by $80.
What do you mean? It was on sale for like $239.
Well, you're in the U.S., right? So
yeah,
I got it. It was on sale $349, which wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I could get it for $289. So I ordered a second one. So I got the second one arriving tomorrow.
You can cancel the first one.
Well, oh no, I've got the first one. So I'll either build it and send it back, or I'll give one away or something. So
or just call them up and tell them what happened, and I'm sure they'll adjust it if you threaten to send it back.
Yeah, I think
we'll adjust it.
Maybe give me a gift card or something.
Yeah, they'll take care of it. Just call them. And it's hard to find their phone number, but if you dig around a while, you'll find it. It's hard to find it, but it's there.
Who, Amazon?
Yeah.
It's just frustrating, though, when you order something one day and they drop the price the next day.
Yeah, I get really irritated.
For $10 or $20, no big deal. But this was like from $349 to $289.
Wow,
Tim,
it's a big drop.
Damn.
Tim, it's going to be 1-888-280-4331.
That's your credit card number?
Is that Canada?
That's a 888 number. I don't know. Can you call 888 from Canada?
Oh yeah. So 1-888.
It's 888-20 or 280.
Yeah.
4331.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's their Amazon customer service number for the States and Canada. So again, if you're in the States and Canada and you wanted to know how to get a hold of Amazon, there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Loyal's still watching. I made him a video.
I don't know.
Loyal, if you're still watching, anybody I should follow, watch, or check out when it comes to registering an LLC? Any information you got on that? Hit me up, because I'm going to make that happen soon. So.
Okay, the USB not being recognized, but there is a driver. Go to the Facebook group, post a question. there's a driver, and I'd have to send you the link, and I don't have it readily at hand. But there is a driver you need to install on your machine for it to register, for it to be able to recognize a printer on the other end. That's why you're getting the USB issue. So there is a driver you need to install on your computer. Yeah, I don't know. I think Loyal dropped off.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
Go figure. Go figure. I just gonna ask him for business advice. So he's just sitting in the background right now, just drinking his drink, laughing hysterically, like, look at Dan squirm. He's just picking
so
on
an
me.
LLC is like you can do a business as a DBA. You know that, right?
Say what?
A DBA. You can go to your local state, right?
Uh-huh.
And you say I think it costs you something like $20.
Yeah.
And you want to register it as a DBA. It's a doing business as. And then with a DBA, you can still use your own social security number.
Well, in Illinois here, they've got what they call an assumed name, where you operate a business under an assumed name as a sole proprietor.
Yeah, that's similar to a DBA.
Yeah. I'm not looking to do that with this. I want to register this as an LLC and make it a legitimate. This way, if something happens or there's a problem, I can go wash my hands of it. I don't have to worry about potentially losing my house and losing my ass on it.
Don't bet in that.
Well, again, LLC covers your ass against if somebody as long as you set it up properly. And LLC covers your ass against if somebody tries to sue you personally. They can't come after you for business related stuff. It has to be.
I would recommend you find a lawyer to help you do all of that.
Private chat, Liam.
I was in chat.
Well, I did. That's why I'm registering it as an LLC and not as a sole proprietor.
Yeah, let me see. Hey, Jerry, can you post something in the chat there? I want to see if I can promote. I don't know if I can promote you.
Yeah,
yeah,
just go to the
BTK, yeah.
my name.
It's $150 in Illinois. So
yeah, let me see if I can do it with you. I've never been able to do it. No, it doesn't allow me.
Okay, there I just typed in hi.
Mm-hmm.
So next to my
show up. 1 second.
Yeah, it's in YouTube. Go to YouTube where it said hi, the 3 dots next to my name.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the show up. Oh, on YouTube? No, I want to do it in here.
You can't.
Yeah,
only
I
on
know.
YouTube, only on YouTube. Just pull up YouTube. That's the only place in YouTube chat can you make people mods.
I know. Yeah, it's a pain in the neck.
No, you just click on the dots.
I know. Give me a second. I have to flip over there.
Okay. Yeah, I always have YouTube chat popped out. That way you see it right away, and it's not delayed in coming to StreamYard.
Yeah, I don't do that. I just do it all through one. It's just easier to handle that way.
Oh.
Mm.
Let me just mute my microphone for a second. 1 second, guys.
Yes, sir.
Where am I?
Don't everybody talk at once now.
I was going to say it just got real quiet. Here, I'm
sorry
right now.
I'm purging.
Nice, Matt.
Nice.
I need to print one of those that actually moves its arm that I can put a servo in it or something instead of
What's
buying
happening,
one.
guys?
I'm purging. Getting ready to print my banana for scale.
Wonder if I can share a video. Share.
You can share your screen.
Video file. It says I could share.
Yeah, you can share video files now too. Yeah.
What's this do? Let's see.
Yeah, you click the video file, and then when Liam brings it up, it'll share the video file. So just make sure whatever you're sharing is appropriate and won't get him copyright stricken.
Oh no, it's appropriate. It's Loyal's intro video.
Oh, you got Loyal's intro video done. See, go ahead and show us before you show him. That's his fault for leaving.
Here, let's see if this works. It's it's kind of a
yes, S Corp here, Mike. Yeah, I thought about that too, but I was like, start as an LLC. You can always change that later. So that's what I was looking at.
Oh, so let me. You didn't share. Oh, you did. Let me bring it in.
So he wins. Anyways.
Let's see what else is happening. Let me unshare, remove this. Let's see. I also find using two colors when heads come out. Cover that.
Stop being stubborn.
Cover it. I want to make sure I can get up to speed on chat.
There it is, a crowd exchange group, and I posted on YouTube. Trevor McIntosh, he has a Florida store in Florida, and he sells Amazon returns.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to find out his group on Facebook, there's a link.
Man, where's the Canadian version of him? Jeez.
So you should have mods now, Jerry.
Yeah, I see that. Thank you.
But yeah, there should be one of him everywhere where you can actually get all the refurb machines. Yeah.
Congrow.
Well, no, I've heard people have terrible experience with Congrow.
I've never gotten anything
They're
from
my sponsor
Congrow.
for tomorrow. So for my tomorrow stream. So
Sorry?
Yeah.
They're my sponsor for tomorrow.
I'll be quiet.
Congrow is a great company.
What time tomorrow, Tripod?
Yes, 6 p.m. my time. So
How'd you get in the sponsor? I can't get anybody to
I'll
sponsor
be
me.
able to catch it. That's nice.
oh yeah, it'll be the first time Dan's been on one of my streams.
Cool.
How do you make it come to
It'd
you?
be more of your streams if you'd stream a little more frequently and you'd stream at like a set time, just whenever you feel like it. It's like you're trying to be me or something. You know what I mean? Like,
So he's saying it's your problem, is what he's saying.
You mean like a schedule? What's a schedule?
I know.
Liam, those printers,
Show
I'm
up
the biggest
when you
fan
wanna
of doing
show
live
up.
stream.
Isn't
So
it?
Liam, the printers that were sent you review, those people sponsored those streams because they sent you that printer.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean like the normal chat stuff. I try and you know, it's been hard to get people to do the chats right now because they're all so busy after Chinese New Year. They're all buried, and it's really they're trying to play catch up right now because they have 2 weeks behind. So it's I'm trying to get people lined up.
Ketchup, is that like mustard?
Catch up, not ketchup. What would you know? You're from Vegas.
I pronounce them both the same. Catsup and ketchup, but ketchup.
Cat soup.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a big fan of cats, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm a dog person.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm a dog person all out. I'm not a
both,
big fan of
so-
cats. My sister had cats, and I'm allergic to them, so I'm not a fan of cats.
Yeah, my son's wife is allergic, so I no longer have a cat. I haven't had one in 10 years, but I do have two dogs. And with all my printing stuff, if I had cats, I'd have broken models every day that have to get up on the shelf and walk down the middle and knock everything off, you know.
Well, see, the reason why there's only one thing I like to use cats for. One thing.
Nice.
It's to prove the Earth is not flat. Because if it was, the cats would have knocked everything off the surface already. Right?
True.
So if the Earth was flat, there'd be nothing on the surface. The cats would have knocked it all over on the side already. So that proves the Earth is not flat.
Cats are jerks.
Yes.
Yeah, they can be. So what do you
Ask any one of the 11 that run around
I'll be back in a
my
minute.
house, and they'll tell you
All
they're
right, Jerry.
sweet little angels, but the stuff the path of destruction they leave, yeah.
You can go through their website. I believe they have a support on their website if you're running into issues. I haven't needed to call them, but Facebook is probably the easiest way to reach them. I would recommend you join. If not just to join their group because you have their printer, because you got an IDEX printer as a first printer. I'm not saying it was a bad idea. I'm just saying your learning curve is steeper than most.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you have a single nozzle, to figure stuff out is easier. But now you got two moving mechanisms you have to juggle with.
Yeah.
Your learning curve is going to be that much steeper. But you'll get there. Just be patient and work at it.
Yeah.
But you will get there. I know other people who ordered IDEX printers like from Kickstarters, and it was a great idea, and it is. But if you're doing single color and it prints fine, That's where you should start. And then after that, and get single color working okay, then explore doing duplicate mode. Then explore, and if that goes fine for a couple of prints, then go into mirror mode, do some printing with that. And if that goes great, then start down the road of the dual color, because there's offsets and all this kind of stuff you have to take into account for IDEX that you have to get your head around the terminology and your head around how everything moves and the mechanics of it to do it right. So go slow, single color, knock it out of the park. Do duplicate mode, knock it out of the park. Do the same with mirror mode. And once you have that working great, then go into very, very basic dual color. Like the dual color part that came on the SD card that's already sliced, I'm assuming that prints okay. And if it does, or if it doesn't, tell me what's wrong with it. Chances are the colors are not properly aligned or off alignment. There's a way of fixing that. There's a way of checking that, making some measurements and actually correcting that. And that's normal for printers like this. So don't lose heart. Just take time and learn. You just put yourself in a very, very steep learning curve by going IDEX for number one. Mm-hmm. Like if you paid $2,500 for an IDEX, then I'd expect you to push a button to just do it, right? But when you're not paying $2,500 for an IDEX, you have a bit of tweaking to do. And even at $2,500, you have some tweaking to do, right? There's no way around that. But you'll have less to do on the more expensive machines. You have the Raise 3D, don't you, Tim?
Yeah, I have the FlashForge Creator 3.
Okay, so yeah, that's push and go, right? You push a button and it just does it.
Pretty much, it was a pricey printer.
Yeah, you just pay because you pay through the nose for them. That's why. Yeah. Let's see what Loyal's saying. Dual color on my E2 was amazing out of the factory until I killed one of the print heads. I replaced it and took a few hours to get it. Yes, there's a learning curve involved in dual. And well, dual color on an E2 is one thing. Like I don't think the E2 is IDEX. Is that right? Loyal, is the E2 IDEX? I don't believe it is. I think it's just two nozzles. Arc Welder plugin does work okay, and it does improve the print quality. What are you showing there? You're muted. So you're talking to yourself.
It's the G-Tech that does color blending.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so cool. This was a silver and white filament, white and black. So, and this was red, white, and blue.
Oh, wow.
Watch this.
Yeah, it's nice. And the G-Tech software does the blending for you, yeah.
So, but when you do the colors, the swapping, right, the purge block is just too big. It was over 60 millimeters, and I know the eye looks a little. I mean, it's actually a little like pinkish.
Mm.
Well, if you print small, you're going to have a big purge block, right? If you do a large print with a fair bit of infill, you can actually turn off the purge block option, right? And if you have a good enough infill, you can actually set your print settings to print the infill first. So when you change color and you print the infill first, it'll purge to infill.
Moses better be on my live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m.
You hear that, Moses? He says you better be on his live stream. Not a cow printer. Well, they eat horse and friends. So.
Jerry was trying to show something. It looks clear.
Oh, sorry, Jerry. Let me.
That's fine.
There you go.
Now here's from Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger from Sanix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Printed it out in I was going to say, what happened to his arms?
Well, I don't have him glued on yet.
Looks like he lost his head as well.
He's been hollowed out.
All right. I'll hold you to it, Moses.
Anyway, the reason I'm using clear resin, like I mentioned, is $5 a liter cheaper than the gray, and they have it in stock here in Vegas. Where if I want the gray, I got to wait like a week or two. Then it prints fine. It's got to prime it so you can see all the detail.
It doesn't matter. You're going to paint it anyway, so it won't matter.
Yeah. That's why I'm buying the cheaper resin.
I'll tag you.
Stride Tech is great resin.
But I had a question for you, actually, Jerry. You printed 2 bots, and I know you're waiting for the second one to get the movement working properly, right?
Print what?
How did they work over, let's say, a sidewalk or slightly or low grassy area? The reason why I'm asking is I'm thinking of building one, but I want to do it for when I do astronomy events, and it'd be cool to have an R2D2 or something like going up and down the sidewalk.
The best thing to do would be to ask Michael Badley or Badelli, whichever way you want to pronounce his name, or Sam, the real Sam Prentice, when he's on Friday, because they have lots of droids and they can answer that question better.
Yeah,
I haven't taken mine outside.
Yeah, I'll be there for Friday, so I'll ask him then. I'm pinging him anyway on Facebook, but
they got a zillion droids. We're all just learning here, so
yeah. I'll ping Sam then. That's probably what I'll do, because I want something that I can. I want something about maybe 6 inches or maybe 8 or 10 inches high, maybe 12 inches high, roughly. But I want something that will actually move over kind of a slight low grass or gravelly area. Because when we're doing public outreach astronomy events, we have telescopes set up. It'll be cool to have a droid go up and down. Like that will that will attract the kids.
Are you talking on the grass? You said?
Around.
You're talking on the grass, right?
Well, the grass, or even on a sidewalk that has pebbles and stuff.
Yeah, so he's got the track droid.
Yeah.
But
Friday.
Yeah, you're way. I may have to run extension cords throughout my house to get caught up.
If you, like I mentioned, if we were neighbors, you could come over. I've got plenty of printers you can plug in. Just bring some filament, and you're all set to go.
Oh, that sounds good, there, Loyal. Yeah, I have all these printers, but only a 15 amp breaker. Got all those printers over there, right? But I had to run extension cords through the house to run more than one printer.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so because it's the whole garage in the front is awesome. Thank you. What was this? It's the whole front of the house, the garage and the foyer is on one 15 amp breaker.
Oh,
sucks.
I have a big big panel in my for my electric, and it's full. I don't know if you see behind me, but if you look here, I have power here. Every 2 studs in the wall, I have a power outlet on my wall here.
Yeah.
And I have 2, one up high, and I have one just off the ground as well.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire an electrician. This whole part of the garage is going to be reworked. Right. I mentioned it before. That's the daughter's station right there. But I'm going to get a sub panel put in. And so I could so I can actually use my welder that's down there somewhere for the first time in 17 years.
Wire feed? Oh, okay.
Yep. So, but yeah, it's a pain. It's like, I have all this metal and stuff that I can't even run the welder. So I haven't used it since we moved into this house. So.
Yeah, I used to arc weld, acetylene weld, wire feed weld. I currently only own a wire feed welder. Yeah,
I'm starting to print the Mars Perseverance rover.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to start. It's all PLA, but I'm going to start that print. So probably in about a week's time, this time next week, you should see it printed up here behind me.
Yeah, I want to print the SpaceX rocket if I can find a good likeness of it somewhere.
This one here?
No, the one that they've been blowing up and hasn't landed properly.
This one?
The one that they launched earlier.
SN9 87654.
Yeah, it's on Thingiverse.
Okay. Is it a good likeness of it? It looks good?
It's not, because it's still a prototype. They're still playing around with the design. But this is what they want it to look like when they're done. Something like this.
Hey, tripod, if you printed that rocket tripod and it's screwed up on you, could keep the print and say, well, it blew up.
Oh, I
smacked with a hammer.
I have come up with some intros for Friday that I'll be editing about this printer.
Yeah, everybody watching is going to check us out Friday on the Droid build. It would be really awesome if you clicked open 5 windows on your monitor, mute all of them but one, and then you can click light on all of them. You could comment technically on everybody's channel, and just be listening to one. That way you don't have feedback.
I think Printed Solid is running out of toner.
Oh.
So-
Dominic, PLA or any material will print really well on Mars. Here's the reason why. Well, if you can have a heating chamber, because it's cold, but there's no moisture there, so you'll never have damp filament, ever, ever, ever. So all you need to do is create heat, and you can print what you want on Mars. And since you don't need gravity to print, because you can print upside down, it doesn't matter. So
Since we've never actually been to Mars, we don't really know what would work until we try it someday.
Well, we do. We know a lot about its climate, so and its atmosphere when it's black.
Yeah, that's right. What's his name? Not Kevin Bacon. Help me out here.
Which one? What are you talking about?
The Martian. Who was the star of The Martian?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Well, we can message Matt Damon and ask him if he had a 3D printer up there.
Yeah, you're better off talking to me than asking him.
Hey, I'm going to jump in here for a second. I'm going to hit the road home, and if you guys are still on when I get home, I'm going to jump on again.
All right, be safe.
Okay, I'll see you guys.
Wear your seatbelt. Stay off your phone.
I'll try to.
All right.
Okay. Tell Loyal to rewind so he can see his intro video.
You should ping him on post it on Twitter and send it to him.
Ooh,
just show it right here, right now, real quick.
Oh, I can. Okay, I can share it.
Wouldn't that be simple? Who's trying to find it?
Let's see. Yeah.
If he's watching.
If he's still watching,
I'll pop it up for you. I'm waiting.
There it is, right there.
I need to get a cartoon me. I need somebody to design me a cartoon me.
There you go. He killed DeWitt.
What program did you use?
It is it's a subscription I have with the site is called placeit.net.
Placeit.net. I'm going to write that down.
Placeit.net.
Well, no, it won't, because the one that's there is the weight of a small car.
Okay, so I'll catch you guys a little bit later.
All right, man.
Take care.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
We all knew
got
he was
it.
going to win.
Oh man, yeah. I can't wait to get this garage done, man.
We are in Chicago, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you get cold winters, so running printers in the cold is a problem.
Yeah, it's I use this little space heater next to it. I actually angle it so it goes around the printer. It doesn't blow. It has a really low CFM. So it's on right now. So if I put like a piece of paper by it, it barely even moves.
Yeah.
So
Do a time lapse video of tripod cleaning up tripod's garage.
well, I have already got that. Was my very first video on my channel.
A lot of people may not go and watch the earlier stuff. They might want.
Yeah, it's actually my highlight video. It's the one that's right on there.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a one-legged guy cleaning out his garage. So, and you would not know that it was actually already done. But the problem is the side-by-side wasn't in here. And so now it's like trying to get around it all the time. We're going to try to get a bigger trailer to fit all of our machines. We have four quads and the side-by-side. Our family, we go four-wheeling and get muddy and dirty. So whenever Moses puts his truck all muddy and stuff, oh, I love it, because that's what I like to do. So, and the family, to get all muddy and.
Regarding your post, Loyal, you got a point. We can do bubbles here. We don't need to, but that wasn't the purpose why SpaceX wants and Elon Musk wants to go to another planet. He's worried that that there's a chance that there could be a life-ending event, like a comet or a meteor hitting Earth to wipe out life. And he says we should be on other planets, and he's got a point.
Anything is possible, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, Apophis is passing by us right now, and it's going to make another near approach in 2027. And if Apophis hit us, it would probably wipe out half of the life of the planet, if not more. If it did, now it's going to come really close when the next time it does.
They just discovered an asteroid recently. I guess it passed by. It's really close, and they didn't see it till the last second. They didn't even know it was there.
Depends where it comes from. Yeah, if it comes from the direction of the sun, that when we're looking, we won't see it. We can only see stuff that's coming from that's opposite from the sun, because we can actually the light of the sun reflects off it. But something coming from the direction of the sun, we cannot see. Remember that big one that hit Russia a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that came in from the sun direction. No one could see it coming. And the one that went out that came in over Michigan 2 years ago, actually was close by here. I actually went out looking for meteorites afterwards. But that one, that again came from the sun side. We couldn't see it. So they are a threat. We can see most of the big ones, but depending if they come in for certain directions, we can't.
Hey, tripod, you got a helmet cam when you go four-wheeling? You can film it and throw a video up.
Yes, actually, we do have GoPro. All of us have, well, first time we didn't have the real GoPros. We got the little Chinese ones that actually work really well. So I could throw up some of those videos. Let's see.
Like one where it's on the ground and you're all driving by it and then come back and pick it up.
Oh, yeah. All of us getting all
everything
mud
together.
going through. See, we go through mud and ruts. We don't go jumping the machine. First off, our quads aren't built for that.
Yeah.
So they're not sport quads. So they're utility quads. So we go through like obstacle courses and just get muddy, fling mud at. Sometimes if we will actually throw the mud at someone, take a mud ball and just whip it at their helmet. So,
I forget the name of it. I forget the name of the tow truck driver that's got a YouTube channel that when he goes out and pulls people out that are stuck all over the country, he films all. But it's real interesting.
Yeah, I actually burnt out my winch helping so many people one year. Well, I didn't burn. I actually ground the gears. So.
Pulling them out of the mud.
Oh yeah, it's a 3,000-pound winch. I mean, but they don't last forever. But I expect it to last more than two seasons. So.
I used to have a Blazer back years ago. It was a convertible. The tie had 44-inch mutters on it, and the headlights were eye level on me. So I had to mount them down lower to make it street legal. But it was pretty jacked up, pretty high. But something like that you wouldn't want to take on the highway. I did take it to California once, but, your center of gravity's way off, and you don't want the wind to blow you off the road.
Well, we want to store this in the trailer with the other machines because it's not. I mean, it just takes up too much room in the garage. So.
Oh, Dan popped out and back again.
He just want to be.
He just wants to be different. He wants a big announcement every now and again. I'm going to leave and I'm going to come in with a big splash.
Big
I'm
entrance.
waiting on the splash. Come on. No big splash? No? Okay. What's happening is he's playing around with OBS. That's what he got.
I got set up
messing around with it, aren't you?
Right now, I'm running like 2 or 3 computers just to do a live stream. So.
Really?
Oh yeah. And Friday we're going to be in 1080p because we're all streaming through Tim this time, and he has 1080p and he can stream up to 8 destinations. I can only stream to 3, and I'm 720p. So that'll be cool to see what it looks like.
The $20 a month is enough. It's like
yeah. I have to pay like $40 a month for the other. It's like $600 a year if you want 1080p and stream up to 8 destinations. I don't have $600 a year.
I only need to stream to like 1, maybe 2 places, so it's not a big deal to me. I'm not going to pay all that money for for not streaming to Facebook anymore because there's really nothing that comes from Facebook for me. So I don't stream to Facebook.
No,
in order to grow our channels, we need to post a link to YouTube. People need to come to YouTube. Otherwise, we're not growing the channel if people just want to sit on Facebook and watch it.
Yeah, I stream to my Facebook. People join on my Facebook. I have like 150 people on it, but no one ever comments. They join, but no one comments. So it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
For the Hangout,
thing is-
I do to both Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, my thing is I'm trying to grow one channel. I'm trying to grow the YouTube channel. So if I'm posting it to multiple places, it's defeating the purpose of trying to drive everybody to one place and get the numbers up there.
Yeah, that's why I just copy and paste my YouTube link on Twitter and Facebook and Facebook group.
Oh, to the 17 people that are out there right now watching, click like, subscribe, thumbs up, ding that bell, please.
Yes, what he said.
Please do so.
I'm
already.
sorry, I'm slacking on my duties here. I've been kind of quiet. I'm
Me
just
too.
kind of, like I said, I've been just kind of here.
Yeah. As I said, I don't do the Thursday streams because everybody's after getting back from Chinese New Year, and it's really hard to get people on. And they're all catching up. But I will be lining people up.
Hey, Marcus.
Hey, Marcus.
Howdy.
I'm working on
Oh,
something.
Marcus, I just saw you.
Hey, Marcus. I'm trying to. We talk about 3D printing on my Thursday streams. I'm actually. I've reached out to a couple of companies that actually do 3D printing of homes, and I'm trying to get some of them to come on and talk about the process that they use for actually 3D printing a house.
What are those energy balls where if you put your hand near it, it makes the hair on your arm stand up?
The Tesla coil.
So I was thinking, can you imagine if Marcus had one of those and his hair went poof?
Yeah.
It'd look like a lion.
That would be awesome.
You should build a You should build a Tesla coil. They're not
It would
hard to
dry.
build. It's all friction.
Would it dry faster, or would it have to be dry to even work?
It would have to be dry, but you should build a Tesla coil.
Would it be illegal in America to use it as a perimeter defense system?
To use which?
Tesla coils?
Yeah, you can build a Tesla coil.
Yeah, but as a perimeter defense system. Like somebody comes on your property and you just zap them?
No, that would be illegal. Yeah.
You can't booby trap your house either. You can't put
No,
nails
you
on
just
the
put a
board
big
inside
sign,
your window
Tesla.
because if somebody
come
breaks
near
in
it.
and gets hurt, they'll sue you.
You can put them inside the front door.
on our RV.
But if you live way out in the middle of nowhere and you got a hole out in the backyard nobody knows about, well, that's a different story.
We even have like that type of insurance for our RV if someone trips at our camp when we're camping or something.
Yeah, see,
because they could sue you for that too.
yeah. The problem about a Tesla coil, about building one of those, is you need to be inside in a metal cage for it to work, because you can't have electricity stray. If you don't, because it'll kill, right? If you're not wearing the right type of clothing and you're not in what's called a Faraday cage. Like a car is built like a Faraday cage, right? So if you're not in a Faraday cage, which actually takes and controls where the electricity goes and does not leave a confined area, you're running the risk of hurting somebody. So if you're going to do a coil, you have to do a Faraday. You can get a small one that would create static electricity. There won't be an awful lot of voltage for your desktop. But anything big that creates a lot of energy, you have to have a Faraday cage for safety. So, yeah, you can do them though. There's nothing saying you can't, and they're not that hard to build. In all fairness, they're not hard to build. The hardest part is finding the dome that actually stores the charge.
Yeah, I have one of those electricity balls where you touch with your finger and the electricity shoots to your hand. I have one of those in my closet somewhere.
Yeah. You're supposed to be talking to us when you get home, not while you're in the car.
It can be a boring drive home, and I'm hands-free.
Oh, he's got Tesla.
What?
Do I have mic?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, Command and
Wasn't
Conquer
sure.
Red Alert. I used to play that back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Used to love it.
But now that the weather's starting to warm up here, I better say it quietly because the weather might hear and change its mind. But if it keeps going the way it is, I'm going to do the recording of the Rubens tube. I'll record it and post it on my channel because I have it there. I just can't use it because it's just too damn cold outside. So I will.
Yeah, we better get that seatbelt on.
Yeah. So I'll do that recording. That'll be cool. I might even live stream it. What do you think, Jerry?
What's that?
The Rubens tube.
Rubik's Cube?
No, Rubens tube. Okay, a Rubens tube. I'll explain it to Marcus the other day.
I think you should do a video and a live stream.
Yeah. Well, I can live stream it and then just publish the live stream. But a Rubens tube is it shows what's called standing waves in a gas, right? So when sound overlaps itself, it actually amplifies itself, right? So when let's, as an example, when a fire truck is coming towards you, as it approaches you, the sound of it gets higher and higher and higher pitch, right? And as it goes away from you, it actually decreases. The reason why that happens is
The
the
double
sound waves
effect.
don't change, but they're being compressed in front and they overlap, and that gives you the higher pitch. That's called a standing wave, right? So the sound waves get compressed in front of each other. Now, in a Rubens tube, what it does is it creates standing waves by having a tube filled with a gas, and you use propane, so it actually you set it on fire. And on one side is a diaphragm, the other side is flat. It's metal, right? But when you activate the sound, it creates compression waves in the gas inside the tube, in the like normal 4-inch air conditioning tubing, right? And it creates standing waves in there. But when you set fire, if you have holes on top, you set a light, it looks like a burner. But when the sound passes through the gas, it creates standing waves, and the gas becomes like a graphic equalizer. It shows the waves of sound.
You could have a bunch of different science experiments and make videos about it. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to do one of that. Now, when the weather gets little bit warmer, a bit more comfortable to be outside, because you can't do it in
the house.
No. You're talking about an open propane flame.
Okay.
You wouldn't bring your grill inside the kitchen and cook inside in the kitchen with the grill. So
if your kitchen is big enough, why not?
No, wouldn't do it.
We have a grill sometimes here in the UK. We use it with gas.
Yeah, we have gas grills too, but I wouldn't have it inside my house because you need it out somewhere where it can be easily put out in case there's a problem, because you have open flame in there and it's pumping a lot of gas. But it's a fun experiment to do. It's kind of cool to watch. And you said Ethan would be into it as well. So.
Yeah, so the reason I was saying you should do a video and a live stream is because I think to reach the largest audience, the video needs to be pretty short and punchy, and edited. Otherwise, Ethan's not going to watch a 1 hour live stream and then at the very end, see the.
Oh no, I would do that throughout. I would explain what's happening is what I was going to do. But it is a fun thing to do. I've done it for astronomy events where we set up a tent, and I set it up inside in a tent, a big, tall, high roof tent, so the wind wouldn't blow the flame, and it's a huge crowd pleaser. People love it.
I think I was going to say Moses has the right idea. I'm thinking I thought it was going to be a Rubik's Cube on a bottle rocket, and then we could try to reassemble the pieces. Because my brother and sister would cheat and just break it apart and just put it back together.
It's called a Rubens Cube.
You put firecrackers in a Rubik's Cube, and you have to solve it before they go off.
Right. A lot of people will be missing fingers after that.
Well, you know what they do? You know what they do on YouTube, right? They say how they solve it so quickly?
Yeah.
Is they reverse the footage.
Oh.
Oh no, I've seen people do them.
Oh, I know, but I'm like, people are like, look how fast I am at this.
TikTok, right?
But I've seen people do them, and like it's like 1 minute. You mess it up.
I've never solved one in my life.
It's fast.
There was a Netflix documentary. It was really interesting because the current world record holder is autistic, and pretty far autistic, but he's a really cool dude.
Yeah, they're savants. I
was going to say savants are. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Hey, Dum, how are you?
I think the advantage of the live stream, obviously, is that people can come on and ask questions.
Well, I could do both, but it's a fun thing to do. It's kind of cool, and like you play different music. Like a pure tone sound will give you a wave in the gas. If you play electronic music, like Mario, the music to the Mario game, Mario Brothers, it bumps around really, really nicely. If you do piano, it looks really nice because piano is so harmonic in the sound. It looks fantastic on it, like Mozart or something like that.
My video that I put out yesterday killed me when I was filming in OBS, applying the bed mat, wham bam sheet on the build plate.
Yeah.
My hard drive was full. I didn't have any room, and it stopped on me. And once I realized that I can't peel it off and redo it, so I explained the process. And then when I took my cell phone in to film what I was taking off my build plate on the resin printer, it also had stopped on me because my phone had too many pictures on it, 2 in one day. So anyway, I fixed it, but it was a lot of editing and this and that. But yeah, it sucks. So right now I deleted a ton of stuff and I copied everything off my phone because anyway.
I have a network storage device so that I can actually upload my data there and keep it off my computer.
Yeah, I have a NAS, and then I have a external drive right here.
Yeah, I have an external drive for regular backups, but I also have a NAS device where I store my older data. So it's the downside of being, or the upside maybe, I suppose, of being in IT. You add redundancy to everything you do.
Well, I need to jump off. I got some projects I need to get going. If I sit here and chat, they won't get done.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't blame you. Lam is here now. I wouldn't hang out with him either.
Oh, hey, Lama. How you doing?
I'm chasing Marcus. He just ran away from Zolan's stream.
I came over there to say happy birthday.
I was on Zolan's for like a half hour, and then I jumped on here. So
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm getting ready to head over to Zolan's actually, because I did tell him I'd pop on his for a little bit too. And 8 o'clock seems to be the magic time that I've been going to bed lately. So I got a little over an hour here, about an hour here with you, Liam. So I'm going to go spend about 45 minutes over there. And then I'm going to bed. Thank you for having me on. Thank you, everybody.
Yep, take care, everybody. Tripod, check you out tomorrow night, Tripod.
See you, Dan.
And then I'll see everybody on Friday. Hopefully, it'll be a great stream on Friday also.
See you, Dan. Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Tim, Moses says you're speeding.
Bye, Dan. Bye, Dan. Who else left? Everybody's leaving. I guess I chased them all away.
See?
Yeah,
you're a pet influence.
But I'm not.
I'm sitting here coding anyways, and it's going to be a bit. So
what else?
Yeah, he's Tim is speeding.
Uh-oh.
Hey guys, let me take Brody out. Okay? Yeah.
No, go
please do.
through a dead zone here. It may drop off.
Moses, you should tell Printed Solid that they my first order, and they I think they're out of toner.
yeah.
Dude, they've been out of toner for like 5 years.
Yes.
They make filament, not toner.
Yeah.
Who cares about the instructions as long as the filament is good?
Yeah, actually, I ordered today some filament.
What's up, Justin?
Hey, Justin,
from the UK.
you want to come in and join?
He was just over on the other stream too.
Everyone's popping around. Hey, Kenneth. You haven't been on before, Kenneth, I don't believe. I don't remember seeing you on here before.
Yeah, I don't think it's a toner cartridge he needs. I think he needs the imaging drum.
Yeah,
I know what you're...
Well, the way you can tell with the
drums
imager is if it's I don't see it
because if you watch, the light spot is repeated.
That's what I was saying. I don't see any type of repeats on here.
Yeah, but it actually is. There's a light spot. It's like a round kind of almost like egg shape, right? And they're all the same spot.
Okay, I can say that. Then you can say that
on the page.
Okay, Justin. Well, you're always welcome if you ever decide to join. You know that.
I would guess Dave doesn't give a crap.
No.
So Ken, you actually follow Zolan. You follow Zolan told you to come over here and join me. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, well, I think Zolan was getting ready to kill it.
Ah, okay. So he's having people come over and join. That's cool. Yeah, Zolan often joins it, but we actually had doubled up tonight for some reason. I didn't even know he was going live.
Yeah,
I didn't see the notification that he was going live until afterwards.
Because you got one of your receipts there, Loyal? Hold it up. See if it looks like the same pattern of missed area as on his.
Yeah, so we're gonna do some science stuff in the upcoming weeks. I plan to do. This should be fun, and maybe I would like to do some stuff with the telescope, but it takes me an hour to get it set up, and that has to be done after dark. It takes an hour after dark to get it set up. I can get it up during the day, but I have to get it all aligned after dark, so I can do polar alignment. so then it'll go where I tell it to go. But if I'm going to do that, I'll do it from I'll probably set up my computer in the garage and just drive it out of there. It'll be easier. I'm jealous because I kind of like Airheads, but our milk duds, they're all good. I agree with Joel about them being power pellets. They're always good, but
I haven't had a milk dud in a long time.
Milk duds are they're my weakness. I have to admit they are a weakness for me.
Kryptonite, you would say?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and you can never eat one or two. It has to be a fistful.
I'm sorry that I'm so quiet today, but I'm not feeling so well.
Oh, nice rockets. Yeah, okay. Just 1 second. And Kenneth, this is the Saturn V, which is
nice
the one that went. That's the
Lego.
Apollo 11. It went to the moon. The first landing on the moon. The outside one over here is the Falcon 9, which is SpaceX Falcon 9, and this silver one is one of the proposed designs for the SpaceX Starship Heavy, which is the one they're going to use to go to the moon and go to Mars.
I really thought that would be bigger.
Well, it's a prototype. I will actually print it way bigger. No, when they actually get the design finalized, I will print one that will be taller. That'll be because it'll be two pieces. There'll be a booster and then there'll be the upper stage. And I actually printed the scale.
No, I was just kidding. Like when I met some of the defensive linemen for Chicago Bears, I'm like, one of them was, it was Big Cat Williams, really tall, big dude. I meet him, shook his hand, and I'm like, very disappointed in you. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Said you're much smaller in person.
Hey, Nadav, I do have the artist D. Yes, I do have an artist.
I was just thinking maybe I'll do a new model that's more accurate of the Starship, and it'll just be like a nose cone and a tail coming out of a big explosion.
Dude, people would love that. People would love that.
The Starship, most accurate
model of a breakup.
Just a big explosion with a nose cone and a tail sticking out of it.
There you go.
Yeah, do it so you can actually put a light inside in it so it glows.
Yeah, light it up.
I'll tell you what. If you do that, I'll print it.
I got his autograph, Moses. I got him, Tillman. I got I got Briggs.
What sport are we talking about?
Yeah,
Chicago Bears.
Again, what sport?
Chicago Bears football. American
okay,
football.
Now I understand. I don't know American sports. I'm sorry, I don't know any of the American sports.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture here.
When I was a kid, I watched a
also-
lot of
I grew up
Dallas
in
Cowboys,
one
I guess,
sport,
for some
rugby.
reason.
All right, Liam. I see you guys later. I might pop
Okay,
in
man.
back later.
See you, Matt.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
You're not
thank you.
feeling well.
No, not really today.
All
I
right,
had a terrible day. Thank you.
take care, man.
It was fun listening to you guys.
Always fun to have
See ya.
you.
Where is
Oh, that eraser's no good.
Yeah, yeah, it
There we
had
go.
what they call a RUD, Chris, a rapid unscheduled disassembly.
So, if Moses is still on,
He is.
so that's Matt Forte, his rookie year. I mean, actually,
Machine.
he just out of the draft. So that's one of the helmets I have signed. It's like Tommy Harris.
Yeah, I agree, Justin. It landed, which is successful.
There you go. Richard Dent.
Boom. I'll have to remember to model that tomorrow.
Darts, pool, and bowling. Okay.
And Greg Olson, his rookie year too. When he was a Chicago Bear.
Yeah, a RUD. That's what Elon Musk calls it. It's a rapid unscheduled disassembly, is what he calls it when something comes up.
So when my wife and I did a honeymoon cruise, what we did, and one of the nights there was a talent contest where people that were actually on the ship could compete. and we weren't, my wife and I weren't in it, but we were watching it, and this big black family, their last name was Jones, got up there, and they were doing amazing gospel singing, and then there was this really tall dude had like this little pocket trumpet, and he was playing some tunes, and when he got off the stage, the guy that was announcing hinted like he maybe played football. When he sat behind me, I noticed he had a Super Bowl ring on him. I figured out it was Ed Too Tall Jones.
Oh, cool.
Tripod, there's a message there from Loyal. Wants you to check Twitter.
Yeah, I just did. I gotta compete with it, so I'm looking for a photograph now. So, who's the autograph?
Now, is it?
Who's the autograph, Moses? Let me see if I can check it. Hold on, let me look at it again. See if I can figure it out.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. Never been a sports fan.
Peyton Manning. Brian Lark, starting forward. Yep, I was right. Peyton Manning. Yeah, the football.
Well, see, you're saying he's got to hold the record passing. In rugby, you only pass the ball backwards. You can't pass it forward. So that's normal for us.
Here we go. Me and the coach. Ditka. He actually came to my work. Let's see.
Yeah,
did he come and speak? Like do a
yeah,
someone
actually won a thing like a raffle. So here we go. Who is that? Moses?
A dude.
What you say was gibberish, Loyal. I didn't understand when you said that was all gibberish. Unless you're just talking about my accent, which is probably right anyway. In rugby, I said it was talking about the backward passing. In rugby, when you have the ball, the only way you can throw the ball out of your hands is backwards. You cannot throw the ball forward. It's not allowed. You can kick forward, but you have to throw it either directly across or backwards. You cannot throw the ball forward. And that's one of the rules of rugby.
I used to be a big Cowboys fan when I was a kid, but nowadays I watch the Super Bowl. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. I've never been a sports fan. I was into sailing for a long time. Well, I was in the Navy, so I was into sailing and sail racing and stuff for a long time when I was younger. But yeah, it's that. I'm never into. Other than rugby, I was never into team sports.
What about Olympics?
No interest.
Yeah.
It was rugby. Rugby is like a religion for us where I grew up, right? Where I grew up, right at the end of my backyard, there was a wall. Over that wall was a stadium where the Munster rugby team played. That's the home field. So we lived and breathed rugby. And like in the cities, it's rugby. And then in the outside the cities, it's the national Gaelic games, which are like hurling and Irish football and stuff, which are slightly different rules. But yes, I am a nerd and I'm proud. When someone says I'm weird, or if they say I'm weird, I say thank you. If they call me a nerd, I thank them and I'm proud of it. I'd rather be a nerd than anything else. You know, it's my favorite thing to be, as you can probably tell.
I still enjoy the summer Olympics, especially the track and field, because I used to be in track and field when I was in high school.
Yeah, I never was into track and field. Like we did various sports in school. I just didn't have the interest in them.
I wasn't any good at any of them, but
I'd rather have
fun
my
for
head
sure.
buried in a book. Like I was the type of kid that, yeah, I'm going to admit something to show how much of a nerd I was. I was the type of kid that would, who's that? Oh, Mylan. How are you, Mylan? Hey, Mylan.
Hey, Margaret, I just heard you talking about being an old Dallas fan, so I put the hat on for you.
Yeah. No, I was the type of kid that used to read
Thanks,
the
Noob.
science book before school started. So, because here in the US, you get your books when you start in school. We actually had to buy our books before school started. In Ireland, we actually buy our own books. So I would have those read beforehand.
Awesome.
Some of our books.
I'm surprised you're like that as well, Marcus. I think you're a nerd also, aren't you? Come on, admit it. It's okay.
He writes code for phones.
Exactly. He's a nerd.
I'm definitely a nerd. Well, when I was a kid, long before I had any money, before I had a job, I needed a spell checker, so I wrote my own.
Zolan, you came to join. Are you going to come in and chat? Here's the link. Come in and chat if you want to come join us. So, yeah. So you said the kids do figure skating, yeah? Who said that again? It was Chris said it. Oh, I didn't see you. I'm sorry, Zolan. I'm very sorry. I didn't see you in the bottom corner. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mainly just popping in to say hi. Because I know we ended up scheduling our streams at the same time.
It's fine. But how are you feeling?
Well, that's also why I'm not staying, because I need to go pass out.
Okay. So no different then.
But, yeah, no, not really, no. But I wanted to say hi, and because I do like talking to you guys. And other than that, and hi, Marlon. It's good to see you moving around.
Good to see you, Zolan.
All right, well, you better
I'm gonna go.
Yourself.
Yep, I'm gonna go hang out with the wife and eat dinner. Take care.
All right, thanks for coming in. Take care, man.
What are you doing?
I don't have polymesh on, do I?
Liam is very good at StreamYards. Yeah, at least I'm good for something. So
We're not playing right now. Stop.
Competitions. My son is a swimmer, so you're also involved in most defensive tackle. Okay, you're talking about football again.
All right, so
I'm sorry, I'm lost.
We'll see how long this nice print lasts.
Yeah, we're all crossing our fingers for you. It looks good so far. Did I just jinx it?
Yeah, I mean this is just out of the box. This printer should be working, and I have this guy Anthony that will troll on my live streams and stuff, and he's because I ripped on this printer.
Dan's back again.
I came back because Mylan was here. I'd come say hi to him.
Yeah, we'll post
Dan?
out the links in a while about everyone's streams that are coming up. Because we
It's
know
always on there.
on Friday.
Yeah, I saw
have to
you were in here,
apologize.
man. I had to come say hey because I saw you were hanging out, so I had to pop in and say hi for a little bit because I ain't talked to you in a hot minute, man.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. I got a question for you because you and David Petzel do a lot of functional manufacturing. And I saw an ad for a company on YouTube. It popped up on my screen. And they have I guess a software or whatever else. And they're charging like $14 a month. But it's set up to where you don't have to do so many reiterations. It does it for you. Have you seen that? I'll have to get the name and get it to you if you haven't.
I
Are
have
you talking
not.
about the one that knocks the part off the bed?
I'm sorry, say that again, Liam?
Are you talking about the printer that actually knocks the part off the bed when it's done and then starts printing again?
No, the program is designed to where you design your part and the program will actually work through all the calculations
Mm-hmm.
where you don't have to keep redesigning it multiple times.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how that
Royal's
works.
trying to
Look,
kick me out of here.
Dan,
So.
I don't know how that works. I really don't. But
No,
I just saw it. It was like $14 a month to get it, but I don't print stuff like that.
I honestly,
There's a petition against you,
to be
Dan.
completely honest with you, I know Loyal's trying to get me out of here. That being said, though, before Liam decides to take him up on that, because if I'm pretty sure if Loyal makes a large enough donation to Liam's PayPal, I'll be gone. So that being said, before that happens, no, honestly, man, when it comes down to stuff like that, I kind of live by if it sounds too good to be true, because my thing is like, it doesn't necessarily know what changes you actually need to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give it the just and say, this is what I need, but then it says it tries to think for you to make changes, and it could make changes in the completely wrong area. Like, you may have one area dialed in, but it thinks, hey, this area is what's wrong, so let's change this, and then all of a sudden now you're going backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't necessarily trust something like that just yet. I'm not saying that it's not good. I don't know. I've never used it, but if you can get me the link, I'll look into it a little bit. I'll take a look.
Yeah. Most definitely. I was gonna talk to you, and for me it wouldn't work, but for you and like Mr. Petzel and even Liam, doing that.
Yeah.
Alt F4 for infinite lives.
I'll get it to you though, most definitely.
Yeah, like I said, I'll definitely check it out. I want to take a look. I'm kind of, like I said, it kind of got me interested now.
Yeah, I'll be on.
It's just designed to where you don't have to do so many reiterations of the same thing. I guess it tries to figure it out for you.
Yeah.
So it said $14 a month, which I was like, okay, well, how good is it? You know, at $14 a month. But I figure if I talk to you and I talk to Mr. Petzel about it, then you know, I mean, it wouldn't do me any good. I don't do anything like that, like you guys do. So
yeah, I was gonna say,
anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if I don't sneak out of here soon, I think the troops may riot here. It kind of sounds like everybody's getting a little angry.
Then I can't be bought.
He says that now until Loyal says, Liam, check your PayPal. And then it's like all of a sudden Liam looks at his PayPal and you watch my camera pop off the screen like, gone.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Loyal Moses, Brody still thanks you for sending him the money for his snacks. And yes, he did get them. So if you can hear me, yes, Brody did get his snacks, Moses.
You order them from Chewy?
Yeah.
It's funny that every time you come on the stream, people pick on you, Dan.
I know.
I'm used to it. I guess.
I'm used to it.
Dan's a good guy. Don't let everybody think differently.
Hey, I was going to say, here's the thing you got to remember. If you can dish it, you better be able to take it, because if not, then you shouldn't probably be dishing it. That's all I'm going to say. I mean,
I agree.
I'm pretty good at dishing it, so I better be able to take it. And growing up with a nose this big, I took quite a bit growing up as a kid. So I've learned to get a little thick-skinned as I've gotten older. So now it's like I'll throw them out there and just wait for them to come back.
Yeah, I agree, Moses, about the Bears. Everyone's like, oh, I wear my Bears gear all the time, and people are like, so what about the Bears this season? And I say, well, they're in a rebuilding year. That's what I say every year.
Rebuilding year. I like that.
You're rebuilding until you get it right. And then after that, it's just rebuilding anyway. Look at the Cubs.
Oh, Lake Forest. That's an expensive area, Lake Forest, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, you have to look at it like this. Okay, my team, Dallas. I'm not a fair weather fan. Okay, I go through the hardest times. Okay, and I still say the best coach in the NFL there ever was Tom Landry. Okay, but Dallas has got a lot of major decisions they got to make before they will be a top-notch NFL team ever again.
But Bears are more annoying. Well, yeah, they are.
1985.
Yep.
Even though I don't follow the sport, I get it. So, yeah, but the So what's everyone else working on?
I don't know. Llama's drawing on something. I don't know what it is.
Llama is drawing a plan to model the starship blowing up, and he's going to sell it. He's going to put it out on Thingiverse as a model for people to print.
So it's just going to be a bed full of spaghetti.
No, it's going to be a big explosion with a nose cone sticking out of it.
Well, you could take the model that's already out there and divide it, and get a cloud and put it into it, and then make the cloud with natural PLA so it glows.
That's no fun.
It's about Dan.
CNC router. Yeah, I have a CNC.
Liam, I told you, go check your PayPal. I'm preparing for this, so I'll just say it now. I'll be like, bye, guys. It's been nice hanging out. I'm just waiting patiently for my exit. So you guys.
He's trying to edge you out.
I'm telling you, if it's good enough, I understand, man. Everybody's got their price. So if I gotta go, I understand.
In other words, Dan walking out.
If I gotta go, I gotta go, Liam. It's okay. I'm not gonna be heartbroken, buddy. I'd kick your butt out on an ice cream for the right price. I'm just saying.
I understand. I know what you're saying, but I don't know if I can be. I don't want to do that. I like hanging out with you, no matter what anyone else says.
Liam, you can't always be the good guy. Every now and then you have to be the bad guy. I'm even coaxing you on. What the hell is
bad guy all I want in work? I can tell people what I really think about them in work.
I already voted, so.
Yep, everybody's already voting me off the ship here, Liam. It's okay. You're safe. I mean, you're good. I'll just sit here and watch from the sidelines, and I'll take jabs at Loyal on the Twitters later.
Hey,
I'll get him back.
Dan. Yeah, I got you staying on the boat. Look, I'm
the only one on my side. It's okay.
I got you on the boat, buddy. Look, I got the life raft, the dinghy. I got everything coming for you.
If nothing else, I'm hanging on by a string behind a boat. At least I'm close.
Well, yeah, I'll jump in the water with you, buddy.
I got you.
Yeah, I won't do that. I like Dan. No matter what anyone else says.
I don't even know. I keep forgetting that. Like, yeah, tonight is the is Kobe Lax too. So I don't even know if I'm going to be awake for that. Loyal. I got to get in there though. It's been a while. I got to test my luck and see if I can have me another good night and chat there.
About milling aluminum, you cannot mill aluminum dry. You need to add more coolant. It will not cut right if you don't. Now I don't have a lot of aluminum, but I know you have to have like WD-40 or something would be fine, but you need some form of coolant and lubricant. Otherwise, you get really bad quality, and don't go through it too fast.
Yeah, aluminum. Yeah, you don't need to fly through aluminum. Slow down with aluminum. Yeah. Take your time. Hey, just so everybody knows, I got to tell you guys this. So while this whole streaming thing was going on tonight, we were sitting here. At one point, I look at my phone. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I got like a notification. I look. My wife sent me a PayPal.
Is that even legal?
Your birthday?
Yeah. My wife sent me a PayPal.
Oh,
I was pretty shocked. She was like, she sent me one and she said, because I love you, which is funny because the last time she sent me money, I just put it back in our checking account and then she spent it. So
I was going to say there's something she might want.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that though. That she sent me $100 the other night just because she was like, you know, we had like I paid a bunch of bills and I realized I was like, well, I got no fun money left. Like usually I keep, you know, $100 on me for gas or whatever for the week. And I had no cash on me. I'm like, shit, I spent all my money. Well, sorry, Liam. Sense enhancer, sorry. But I was like, I got no money on me. And next thing I know, she's like, I'm sitting there and I heard my phone go off and she started smiling. And I'm like, so I look at my phone and I was like, thank you, but why? You know, and she goes, cause. So I had that, but then I put it back in our checking account and it disappeared.
Look at that guy.
As it does.
Yeah, as it does, you know. So
Like I said, this printer's a piece of crap, man.
Well, Moses, it wasn't so much the fact that you said you loved me. It was the fact that you said that you also wanted to come visit. And you know, my wife saw that, and that created a little bit of a problem. So I had to do something. I told you she doesn't like hearing your name in bed. She told me that your name is banned from our bedroom.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
This is getting a little
By the way,
odd here.
just so you know, that's TMI, okay?
Hey, you know, I don't want Loyal to feel like I want him to know, you know.
John, what kind of printer is that?
I think I'd have to go back and edit this out of the video afterwards. I get censored for this one.
It's the worst printer ever made, the Crowley CR6 SE.
Liam,
A lot of people love that printer. I think it's just
I just tried to send you some money, and I hit the little smiley face right below my name, and it didn't let me do it. So what do I have to do?
No, you can't do it through. I don't have 1,000 subscribers, so I can't monetize my channel.
Please check health dashboard for exact time.
Okay, so is there someplace below that I can do it?
You can, if you want. No, my PayPal is there. If you want to use that.
Okay, I see Patreon. I see AstroPrinter. Buy me a coffee.
You can buy me coffee, or you can do it through PayPal. It's listed there also.
Okay, I'm looking. Okay, I see her here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the CR6, I've had it's touch and go.
Oh no,
I've
you
had
didn't.
people who've had fantastic prints out of it, and I have people who says it's not. It's only good as spare parts for something else.
Oh man, this thing is going to get full blown office space. It's going to get the bats and everything in a minute because I am, you know.
If you're going to get rid of it,
this is
I'll giveaway extrusion, and I'll use it to extend my CNC machine.
Okay, guys, let me show Liam this. But I clicked on the PayPal thing, and let me see if I'm not sure if you can see it on my TV or not. I don't think you can see what it says.
Okay, I'll send it to you in private chat.
Yeah, it says sorry.
I don't know why. It does work. Just give me a second. I'll send it to you in private chat.
I'm loving that right now. That whole yeah. See, loyal. You know, Loyal. I know how you feel right now, buddy. I'm kind of shocked. I'm here still. I'm just saying.
The CNX is right. I mean, everyone said it's heat creep. I mean, it's useless right now.
Yeah, man. How are you?
You know, so yeah, because you saw how it peeled off. My layers were fine.
Yeah, Mylan, check private chat.
Okay.
I put the link in there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I told you it's heat creep. You're definitely getting heat creep.
It's a CR6 SE. It has this nice little cooling fan in here. Let me switch the camera.
I don't know if that's
Let me make you a big large screen. I will check that in the description, but let me post it in chat.
Yeah, look how small that fan is.
But it should work if it's spinning fast enough and moving enough air, but it doesn't seem to be.
Well, right now, it's not. It's in idle mode right now.
I know, but that fan should never have an idle mode. Yes, we all know about your relationship. Yes.
Yeah, Loyal. I was just gonna say, just so you know, I mean, I could be bought. I mean, Liam may not be able to be, but I can be bought. How badly you want me out of here? I'm just saying.
So there's my actual. I put it in chat. That's my PayPal. If you want to.
So everybody send him money.
I got it.
I don't push people to do anything like that. Like anything that I get goes into paying for StreamYard.
Okay.
Right? That's where it goes. That's all it goes for. I do this because it's fun. I don't think if he changed the hot end, it'll be fine. I think he needs to change the cooling fan, not his hot end, because I don't think it's moving enough air. It's the way he's describing it. It sounds like he's getting heat creep up through the heat break into the heatsink, and heat's going up there and causing jams.
Yeah, it's, you can see it on my prints. Here.
Yeah, they were trying to get Amanda to get. They were trying to pay to get rid of Dan, and yeah, you're getting heat creep.
Yeah, and Miss Amanda, Liam is just too nice of a guy. He can't do it. However, I can be bought. So if you guys want me off the stream bad enough, just hit up my PayPal. Y'all know where to find it. You can find it somewhere. Hit up my PayPal. Once I see a PayPal or two come through, I won't even say goodbye. I'll just.
I tell you what, since Dan can be bought, I bet you if you pay him, he'll leave on his own if you want him out.
see, yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I can be bought. I said it once. I'll say it again. I can be bought.
Yeah. This is fun. This is fun.
Yeah, I have to switch all my prints to the
show
the print. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, so you can see
you're getting under extrusion. That's heat creep. You're getting blockages.
Yep. Oh yeah, because it's not. I can tell when it's not coming out of the nozzle. So
okay. Hey.
You can't buy me, Justin. No matter how much you want, you can't buy me off. Kick. He gone. You paid him to leave, and he left.
Moses and I have gotten onto a stream where, which one was it? Which stream was it, Moses, that me and you were kicking each other off of the chat for the moderators?
Dan is gone, yeah.
Because no one thought that Moses would be touched, and I had him muted in the chat.
But I will say one thing, right? You said you're going to pay him to leave. You didn't say you pay him to stay away. So he can come back. That's funny, Dan. Oh.
Well, Liam,
you found his price.
We'll have to do it from next stream because something's going on my dang account. I don't know what it is. Well, I'll do it on the next stream. So, I just like to help out when I can. We'll do it on the next stream. I don't know what's going on my dang account.
No problem, man. No problem with it whatsoever.
You know what? I can also replace this Capricorn tube.
The Edge of Tech. What about?
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because we had a little bit of a battle of it was a live stream, and then no one was gonna pay to have Moses muted, so I chipped in $5.
Dan, you have to come back. Come on back, Dan.
Yeah,
me and Brody are rooting for you.
Well, they
Dan, me and Brody are rooting for you.
The pro and against and Dan Club.
Come on, Dan.
And apparently you found Dan's price of for $50. Justin is a cheaper date.
Man, that was wrong, man.
Well, I'm gonna replace it with the original PTFE tube that came with it. So, because
it's not PTFE.
Okay, Moses, that was good.
Well, I mean,
when you changed the tubing, did you ensure you cleared it all out?
Oh yeah, it was clear.
Like you took off the nozzle and pushed the PTFE all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna do it right now again. So.
Yeah, and you made sure the PTFE was level, it was cut level.
Oh yeah, I got a pair of snips just for that. So.
Wow.
Yeah, because.
Take care, Amanda.
This one, yeah, you can see. Look at this one's not exactly level.
It's not straight, no.
You're not using the Capricorn tubing?
He is right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he is right now? Okay.
But he's going to go back to the stock one.
Oh, no, don't do that.
And it's threatening to come back. But no, I think it's your fan is not cooling it enough. I'm sure of that. Because if you don't have any blockages in there, I think you have heat creep.
All right.
Take care, man. Have a good night.
Is that Mylan leaving? Yeah,
no, I'm coming back.
They're the worst colors ever.
As long as you keep it straight.
No, there's a printable version out there.
I know. I've seen the printable one.
Yeah, no, but you put it through a tube, another tube, and then it has a guide for the razor blade. They're the best. They're the best.
Well, this one did a really good job. So right here. So
all right.
But I know which one you're talking about. I've seen that print.
Someone PayPal to come back.
Explosion tomorrow.
Yeah, the Luke Hatfield mod is okay, but if he has heat creep, it will not fix the problem. That mod would only work to make sure the seal is between the nozzle and the PTFE tube. That's the whole idea behind it.
Luke Hatfield, yeah.
Yeah, and also, Liam, that mod works best if you have a problem with stringing.
And so, my daughter's going to use the heat press right now, so I can't use the heater in the garage at the same time. So,
yeah.
But it's actually pretty warm in the garage right now.
You're in Chicago, and it's warm? Oh, it's warm. Oh, wow, it is warm. You're muted.
And here it is.
It says it's 73 degrees in here, but that's because it's basically sitting over the printer. It's like right over there, just out of camera view.
Yeah, well, it's like I'm inside, it's warm, but I was like my garage is freezing cold.
So, Liam, what are the best fixes for heat creep?
The fan has to be replaced.
Yeah, or just get a better hot end in the first place.
Yeah, but if you move enough, you get heat creep because you're not moving enough air across the heatsink to cool it down enough. Heat is coming up through the heat break into the heatsink and softening the material. So when you try and push it, it's like pushing rubber, so it flexes, it bends, and that causes your blockages and under extrusion.
Yeah, or when you go to do your next retraction, it pulls the hot filament up into the cold end, and then
that's if you
hardens again and locks everything up.
Well, that's if you over retract. If you have too long a retraction, you're pulling molten material up. But heat creep, if the fan is not cooling your heat sink enough, what's happening is the heat is coming up from the heater block through the heat break into the heat sink and warming it, and that's softening the material. So any movement of there, the material is actually bending in there rather than being straight and stiff, so it can actually push. It's actually getting flexible, and that will actually cause clogs in there and that will cause under extrusion. It may not always block it, but it does decrease the amount of material you can push, which is why you get under extrusion.
Now, you guys remember a week or two ago, Jerry was talking about how he was having a lot of stringing with his Pet G, and Chuck from Filament Friday put it out there where he reduced his retraction distance and also he reduced his retraction speed. Well, would that also help with that llama?
Stringing is temperature and it's mostly temperature related and retractions.
Well, no, what I mean is llama said replacing the hot end, but you were talking about also reducing your retraction distance and your retraction speed.
It depends on the material.
Llama said, and what you said, if the two might coincide.
Yeah, it depends on the if you're in a Bowden tube, you can get away with a lot of retraction, right? In a direct drive, you only want to be doing retraction of about maybe at most 3 millimeters at the outboard, right? But normally 1 millimeter, 1.5
over 1 millimeter.
Yeah. Well, no, I've
It's
gone
a
over.
true direct drive, not one of these Creality ones that's a shortened Bowden. A true direct drive should never go over 1 millimeter for any freaking material ever, because you are literally pulling hot molten material up into the cold zone, and it will harden almost instantly, and boom, you got a locked extruder.
Okay, Llama, my retraction is set at 3 right now.
What printer?
I'm using on the Ender 3s. I've got 4 of them.
They're Bowden, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's Bowden. That's fine. You can go up to like 12 or 13 millimeters on those.
That's actually low for a
Yeah.
Bowden tube. In a Bowden, you normally be averaging around 5 millimeters. Is what?
Yep.
Yeah, mine's like a 6. Wait, what am I?
I hate to interrupt, but I was informed that apparently $50 gets 5 minutes of not being on the stream. So
love you, long time,
apparently if everybody wants me off the stream, hit up my socials. You'll find my PayPal. For every $5 that shows up in my PayPal, that's an extra minute that I won't be here. So
Dan's
apparently, or actually, I've got my math wrong, don't I? Yeah, I do. I've got my math wrong. It's $10 a minute, isn't it? Yeah, that would be $10 a minute. See, you guys almost got a deal there, but man, I caught it. I caught it. My bad math, it almost got the best of me. So I feel as though, I feel as though tonight might be a good night for me. I mean, I'm working real hard here. I'm hustling, like they say. I mean,
yeah. Hey, you're right.
Hey, Llama, I have a question for you. I had talked to David Petzel about getting the direct drive because I had one of my aides ask me about printing her a phone case and I want to do it in a more of a flexible material, more shock absorbent material.
Yep.
But what do you think about the EZR extruder?
I've never played with one. They're fine from what I understand. There's other equally as good, better.
Hey, Marcel.
They're just one of many. They're all good.
I mean, the problem with what you all know with going with the direct drive, you have extra weight on top of the gantry and everything else. So
isn't any heavier than any other direct drive. In all reality, your best bet, if you're going to take like an Ender 3 and make a direct drive, there's 2 things you're going to have to do. You're going to have to add the lead screw on the far side because you've got way too much weight with the motor out on the carriage moving back and forth. Your arm's going to start doing this. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it if you don't have that lead screw on the other side.
Well, you can do the indirect direct drive.
That's what I was talking about.
You're still putting the extruder motor out.
No. You're misunderstanding me. There is a system to do an indirect direct drive. So the way it works is you have a gear system like a direct drive, but it's driven off a stepper motor using one of those flexible steel rods, and it actually turns the gear so the weight's not in the head.
Ask anyone that's used one of those for more than 6 months.
Here's my question.
I've seen them.
Chuck from Film Friday, he swears by that EZR extruder he's got on his.
You're talking about Chuck?
Yeah, Chuck from Film Friday.
Yeah,
he's
Chuck,
got
he lives about an hour away from me or so. 45 minutes for me.
You can run flexibles on an Ender completely stock.
Yes.
You just got to do it so ridiculously, stupidly slow. And you got to fine tune everything to be exactly right. And it'll work.
You know, Papato, I have
people don't realize,
and I love them. I have some
thing, like I've been talking with Max that designed this Omnia drop that I'm running now, and he says the same thing I do. The old MK3 single gear pulley extruder is just fine. The only reason everyone's going to dual extruder is for market hype or for particular use cases. The only time
I don't want to do that. I want to find out that I want to find something. I'm not going to be printing stuff constantly out of flexible material. This was just my aides asking me, "Hey, can you do this?" And then I saw Chuck from Filament Friday saying, "Okay, he tried all this stuff, printing from everything from Ninja Flex to all this stuff, and it didn't work out." Then he put the EZR extruder on, on the excuse me. He put the EZR extruder on there, and it would do flexible filament fine.
Yep.
So, I mean, that was my toss-up.
Again,
do I go with the Grade 5 or do I go with the EZR? I mean, if there's something that's better than that, let me know. I mean, I've only got one machine I want to
bunch are good. They're all good. The EZR is fine. The Bondtech's fine. They're all fine. The Omni Drop's fine. The Himera's fine. They all work. They're all good.
Okay.
They all work. It's just what you can afford, how it's going to work. Does it, the EZR is probably the cheapest one, isn't it? It's only like $50 or $60, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and that's a dual gear. Now, the dual gear helps in that sense because you're going to leave it on the side, right? You're still going to leave it Bowden with the tube.
Yeah, it's still going to be Bowden, but it'd be right there on top. It just sits right on top of the extruder motor.
Right. You're just replacing the little MK8 extruder that's built onto it.
Yeah.
Chris?
It's going to work. The MK8 will actually work. An MK8 extruder works just fine. It will run just about anything through it. If you have a problem with an MK8 extruder, a good one, not, again, the Creality ones are total freaking garbage, but a properly engineered and properly set up MK8 extruder, if it isn't working, there's something else wrong. If you need a dual drive extruder to push your filament through, something else is wrong down the line. It could be not something wrong, but just having a motor, adding resistance.
Well, like when I've watched several videos, you have to go in and readjust your your E-steps.
Mm-hmm.
So
that
they're moving correctly and everything else, stuff
easy.
like that.
That's just a measurement with a Vernier calipers. It's easy.
Yeah, with a caliper.
You don't even have to do that because they usually give you what your E-steps are going to be.
I know, but it's still always good to check. It's always good to run them measure 120, run 100 through it. Make sure you got 20 left over. If you don't, quick to the math, go in and do the M501, enter the commands, and then M500 to save it.
Like Liam says, it's a 10-minute setup, and once you do it, you're done, and everything's fine.
I mean, I've only been doing this, like you guys know, for about 6 months now, and I got 4 machines, and on my machines, the only things that I've done is I put on Capricorn tubing, I put the fan cover on top for the intake fan for the main board, I put side mounts for the filament, and the extruder knob. That's all I've done to any of my machines. Other than that, I haven't touched nothing. No cable chains, nothing like that. Anything, nothing. Nada. I left them just like they are.
You don't need to. Like the only thing I've changed some of mine to the all metal hot end. I have my Ender 5 Plus. I put in this Microsoft's all metal hot end, and I always change stock tubing to Capricorn. Now, on the Ender 3 or whatever that you have, you can print Sure Hardness 95A, which is like Ninja Tech Cheetah, without any problem. Most TPUs are 95A. Ninja Flex, you can get away with, but I wouldn't do it with the stock tubing.
I would
do it with the Capricorn tubing.
No, all 4 of my machines have the Capricorn tubing.
Then you should be able to print it, but you have to print slow. I mean, slow.
Yeah.
About 15 millimeters or 20 millimeters a second.
Yeah, the most I can do.
Here's the thing. Don't do a damn thing yet. If you're going to try and do this, go out and get yourself the cheapest crap TPU you can buy off of Amazon.
Yep.
It'll be $19 for an 800 milligram roll or so. Just find the cheapest TPU you can get. It's really hard TPU. It's still flexible, but
it's 95A.
It's the one weird thing is the cheap TPUs are wicked easy to print.
Yeah, and do two things with
they have
play
the
with
ones
that
with
first.
the ones with the higher shore rating, like 95, they're a little more stiffer than the ones that are with the So like the Ninja Flex, whatever. Because Ninja
That's
Flex is like an 85.
Ninja Flex is almost too flexible. You really don't even want it for a phone case. It's almost like gummy bear, like too flexible.
Yeah, it's like a soft rubber band.
You almost want a harder material that has some surface tension to it.
Yeah. Now,
Surface
I would
tension
say one
is the
thing.
right word, but
Whatever TPU you buy,
yeah, any of the Prylons, I got Zorro. I love that those weed whacker blades. That's all that Zorro crap.
But my thing is this: I've got one aide asking me to print her a phone cover. You know, so it's not like it's going to be something I'm going to be using 100%. You know, I got one machine that's all it's doing is flexible. I don't do that. I mean, I've just printed off stuff for myself, and I got 4 machines. And the only reason I got 4 machines is because I printed off a couple lithopanes, and my neighbors liked them, and now they're going crazy over them. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why I got them. So me printing flexibles or flexible material
use cases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one thing you must remember about once you start getting into it, you're either going to really like printing TPUs or you're really not.
But you have to
love
try
printing flexibles. I just think it's fun, and you get these goofy things you can like squish.
Mylan, you have to dry TPU. TPU absorbs moisture. When you buy even a brand new spool, if you have a food stick it in there for a couple of hours and then put it straight onto your printer.
Yeah.
If you don't dry it, it will absorb so much water, it makes a mess printing. You have to dry TPU.
Well, here's the other thing. The cheap-ass crap TPUs, you don't.
I would say dry it out.
The real hard TPUs don't absorb moisture as much.
Well,
okay.
The softer they are, the more they
tell us about the case. Is it custom? And what does she want?
No, it's just a standard like an iPhone 10 case, but the outside, the main case needs to be hard plastic, and the outside needs to be softer.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you're not customizing it, I'd say order one off of Amazon. Order one of those cheap bumper cases.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But as you guys were talking about destroying filament, what I did was I had a cheap cooler that I had left over.
$9.99.
And yeah, it was a cheap cooler. I drilled a hole in the side of it, down towards the bottom. Actually, down towards the bottom, towards the nozzle. Put the power cord through, and I got a snake and salamander heater, and I got a little Tupperware container. Put sand in it. Put the salamander heater inside of that, and then poured all my desiccant in after I got PVC pipe and made a rack, and then poured my desiccant in. And then I set all my film on top of that. There's no container you can buy that's better than a cooler. It's going to keep stuff out of it.
I would always recommend. TPU can be problematic. I would dry it if I was you. Like I have some Ninja Tech Cheetah there, which is an 85, which is a 95A. I will not print it without drying it for a couple of hours first, because I know it'll come out stringy as hell if it's not dried first.
PETG is actually
but I'm not. But Liam, I'm not printing it like that. I mainly print out of PLA and PETG.
Same here.
So I mean, and the only reason why I'm using the cooler is for my PETG, my PETG. So that's about it. I mean, I got I got a physical therapist, occupational therapist, speech therapist, and I got 5 aides that have to come in and it really friggin' sucks. So, and she's the only one that asked me about a phone case. So, and I know with my phone case, it's hard plastic and it's got the rubber coating around it for shock absorption. So that's the reason why I was looking into it. Like when you were on when I was talking with David Kessel about getting the direct drive, and because everybody says you're not printing flexibles unless you have a direct drive. But then I saw Chuck from Philippines Friday.
It makes it easier. Direct drive makes flexibles easier. Because imagine this way, right? When you're thinking of flexible, imagine a piece of rope, right? you can't push a rope, right?
Yeah.
So flexible is like pushing a rope. But when you pull a
Yeah,
rope,
that's what Chuck was showing me. I know.
So that's what you need to think.
Right? Yeah, but it was just for one person. But I figured if I got it, and if someone else asked, then I would have it. But I didn't. It was cheaper to get the EZR extruder, which is going just right on top of the extruder motor.
Yep.
Than having to do all the work to put on a direct drive onto the X gantry.
Understood. I'm just saying. Yeah, it is. But it is. Direct drive does give you the advantage of being able to do really flexible materials. Like
I don't plan on. I understand exactly what you're saying. I just don't plan on doing that much printing like that. I mean, I don't do it like that.
Don't worry about it. Then don't even make changes. I would just roll with what you got already.
Okay, cool.
Oh, by the way, Dan, you need to explain yourself to Lloyd.
Because I was just typing it, but I'll say it now since you guys.
I'm sorry, Dan. I'm looking at everything on my phone, but I have it on my TV at the same time. But the phone and the computer are running at two different speeds. So I apologize.
It's all good. No. I wasn't. I was just going to say because Justin hasn't made good on his end. He's been complaining to get me out of here, but yet my PayPal still sits with no money in it, Justin. I mean,
come on.
I gotta know my worth here. I gotta know my worth.
Tell Justin it's got to be at least $100. It's got to be at least $100. Okay, Llama, you're playing with something that's flexible. What is that?
So this is just Amazon basic CPU, like $15 or $20 a roll.
I was say Loyal's making a valid point. He did pay $100 for me to go away, and only one of us actually kind of sort of lived up to that. So maybe
are you asking me to kick you out? Is that what you're asking?
I'm saying maybe it's time you actually kick me out now, since he did give you something. So I think it's only fair you kick me out.
What did he say?
Anyway.
Okay, Llama.
I
gotta ask a question. Where are you guys finding this filament so cheap on Amazon? Because everything that I find is anywhere from $19 on up.
Yeah, it's about $20.
That's cheap. Yeah.
$20 is cheap for TPU.
I bought mine.
This is like an old roll of DPU. They used to be $50, $60 a roll for TPU back in the day.
I've heard people saying they can get PLA for like anywhere from like $9 to $15 a roll.
There's a place in there's a company in Florida who offer PLA, and you can get 10 rolls for $100.
Yeah, but
but that doesn't even sound good to me. I mean, I'm trying to.
Actually, some people really said it's really, really good.
Sunlu has coupons. You can get. It ends up being between $10 and $15. You have to buy 3 spools, but it's not worth it.
Now they're not that great. Llama.
Huh?
Now they're picking on you. Justin's going to pay me $5 if I mute you for 30 minutes.
Well,
you can't do that for long.
I'll tell you what, Justin. You pay me $50, I'll mute my damn self.
So, anyways, I have a direct drive on my Ender 5 Plus.
Dan, I know you're still there. Come on back. Dan, you're still there. Be a soldier. Come on back.
Yeah, the transition rolls, if you can get one of those.
I had to give it eventually. I tried to hold out, Loyal. I tried to hold out.
Llama, what are the transition rolls?
But he asked me for it.
They're when printed solids like changing colors. It's cheaper for them to just push through more filament and wait for the color to change than it is to clean out the whole extrusion line.
Yeah, it's like one of those mud color spools. Yeah.
So there's this like 2 or 3 rolls of he was making green and now he's going to yellow, and it kind of mixes in the extruder because it's all liquid plastic until it's all been flushed out.
Yeah.
And he used to clean the whole extruder and scrub it down and reset everything and then start the new color. And he's like, why the hell am I doing that? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of, man hours. It would be cheaper for me to just push more of the next color through, and just the first 3 or 4 rolls I throw out. Well, so throwing them out.
That's kind of like one of those rainbow colored rolls, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not rainbow color. It's just like the start of the roll. I got one. It started out like a yellowish kind of weird, and at the end of it, it was like an olive drab green through the whole roll. It's just like one roll that's a really long, stretched out color change.
Yeah,
I can do with that. Okay, give me one second, guys. I'll be right back.
Most people paint their models anyway, so if you're going to be painting your model, who cares what color it is?
Yeah. Or when I'm doing crap like this, this is actually right here. This is a transition roll. That was a transition roll. It actually started out as yellow as this, and now it's kind of like
Wait till you drop that down, Liam, and everybody can see my name again.
That's why I just did it.
Yeah.
Just pay up.
But the transition rolls are definitely a good way to go if you're just looking for like work filament.
Yeah, he doesn't.
On a more serious note, yeah. So
Yeah,
if you're looking for like a working filament, something to do prototyping or just designing a functional part that doesn't have to look pretty, transition rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, Loyal, who was that message to, by the way? Who is this message to? I don't know who.
Yeah, who's that to? Because if it's to any one of us, like you already got my address, so I'm not worried. Like if one day a random box of stuff shows up here, I know it was probably you. Especially if it's like filament.
Yeah, I don't like Zoltex.
Give me his address. You're talking about. Oh, okay, yeah, Mylan. Yeah, I don't know if any of us actually know Mylan's address.
We'll get it. We'll get his address.
Yeah, when he comes back in, I'll ask him to. If he posts it into private chat, I'll copy it and I'll send it to you on the direct message on
Twitter.
He's a Twitter.
What's the past tense of Twitter?
Well, I mean, this is I ordered my first 3 rolls of printed solid just last week.
Yeah, and
I've never tried it.
It's nice.
You're crazy not to.
Again, printed solid is not a cheap filament. It's an inexpensive filament. It is a good working filament that you can either get a final print with, or you can just say it's on the printer. I don't want to swap it and run off, a production part or just a sample part or whatever. And you're not going to be upset because it's not your atomic $50 a roll. It's $19, $20 a roll. And that's cheaper than what you're paying on Amazon for most of the Chinese brands.
That's why I was deliberating, was because I was like, my budget's small, and it's like self-funded. So, and I was like, okay, looked at their prices. I was like, damn, it's very competitive.
Mylan? Hey, Mylan,
Yeah,
can
I
you
see you're back.
on private chat, can you send me your address?
Okay.
Because
just because.
Okay, just because. Send me your address.
Okay.
Because.
On StreamYard, go to my private chat and send me your home address.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Liam, I'm gonna be honest with all you guys. Okay, as much as I've been on YouTube, I do not know even how to put my computer screen up with you guys and how to get into private chat, because YouTube has always been like a bad woman to me.
You follow me on Facebook?
No, I just got you on YouTube.
Okay. And Mylan, do you have are you on Twitter, Facebook, or anything like that?
He's on Twitter.
I'm not. I don't do social media.
Okay.
I'm just here on YouTube, so when you guys always say I'll send you a message in private chat, I don't know how to get to it.
Okay.
Well, here's what we'll do. When Liam ends the stream, I'll give you my cell phone number, because I don't care if these guys have my cell phone number, but once the stream ends, I'll give you my cell phone number. Just text me your address then.
Yeah.
And then I'll forward your address to where it needs to go. Don't worry. Just understand it's going somewhere. You don't have to worry. It's nothing bad. You'll be happy. So just
I know Jerry ended a stream one night, and me and Zoan were still on there for like a half an hour.
Yeah, oh yeah. And once
I doubt they're here, but you guys gotta understand, I've never been a YouTube person. I'm not big into Facebook stuff like that. I don't have a Twitter account, nothing like that.
Don't worry about it. Just stick around after the stream, and you can share your number with Dan, or Dan will share his number with you, or whatever.
I'll give you my number. And you just shoot me a text with your address, and then your address is going to go to a magical place, and good things will happen. That's all you need to worry about.
The guy. I mean, you know everybody who's here, so you know. Okay, look. Okay. Daddy's talking right now. You're gonna have to go lay down. Okay, come on. That's about.
Two legs or four legs, man. Babies are babies. When they want attention, they want attention.
Yeah.
And him, he does not let me do anything. And you don't understand when my 9, that's his nick to it. 9. Like when my physical therapy, I mean, you can probably hear me talk, but can't hear me, see me. But,
anyway,
he's talking to the dog in German.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what's the best way to keep you? It's the best way to keep people from being stupid with your dog is to teach your dog a language that not everybody speaks, and then you don't have to worry about him doing something.
I speak 7 different languages, so.
Seriously.
And the police hate me because I speak Dutch. And Brody is trained in English, German, and Dutch. So, and I hate that when they come around.
All right, well, I'm done with my thing, so I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, man. Thanks for popping in.
And I'm switching to Ender 5 Plus. This printer is a piece of stuff.
Yes, it is.
I bet you if you just at some point take the case off the metal case off it and get a different fan and just slap it on the front of it, it'll fix your problem.
I got a better one for you. Ready for this? I will bring you a clipperized Ender 3 when I come up there to pick up that Mac you keep telling me you got for me. I'll bring you a clipperized Ender 3, and I'll bring back that Mac you say you got for me, as well as that CR6 SE. And then you can learn Clipper, and then on an Ender 3 that already prints and prints good, and then all you got to do is just learn Clipper, and then you can sit there and talk about how much you hate Clipper too.
Sorry, CNX, you can post a link if you want to post a link to it in chat. But take care.
Bye, Llama.
Take care, Llama.
All right, Llama.
Bye,
you have a good night. We'll see you next time, buddy.
Yeah. But if you want to post a link in there, we can.
Dan, I got a question
have
for
you
you.
use your chat.
Everybody is talking about this Clipper stuff. Can you guys tell me what this stuff is about? It's a firmware?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Clipper is just a different version.
Modification that was done to the machine.
Yeah, Clipper.
And I know that sounds stupid, but I'm still. You gotta understand. Like my name says, I'm newbie. Okay.
Well, the easiest way to explain
a lot of stuff, and then something else comes out. I'm trying to get caught up on that too. But I have not investigated anything about the Clipper stuff whatsoever else. So that's the reason why I'm asking.
Basically, the best way to explain Clipper is like, okay, so if Marlin were Windows, Clipper would be Linux. It's just basically a different way. It's a different way of doing the same thing. It really is. There's a learning curve involved, just like everything. But the nice part about Clipper, in my opinion, I like Clipper myself. I switched all my printers over with the exception of the Mini. Everything is running Clipper right now. The only things with Clipper you got to remember is you need a Raspberry Pi, whether it be the Raspberry Pi W or the 0W or whatever you've got laying around, or you need a small
Raspberry Pi. Is that 3 or is that 4?
The Raspberry Pi, it doesn't matter. If you use like the Raspberry Pi 0W, it's just like a tiny little, like a basically, it looks almost like a cigarette lighter. It's so small.
Yeah.
And so you can use even those guys to do this, as long as you're not looking to run a camera. If you want to run a camera or something like that, then you'd want to go with at least like a 3B plus, or the 4.
Sorry, CNX, can you send your configuration site? You want to post it into chat? If you can't do it there, send it to me on Facebook. Find AstroPrinter on Facebook. Send it to me there, and I will post it out on my Facebook for you.
You know, guys, I was really hoping that Matt was going to be here tonight.
He was, but he left. He's not feeling
Matt
well.
gets on that does the lizard fangs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to step off and grab some real quick. I told Jerry tonight, he kind of inspired me to start doing these. And my neighbors are like, they won't let me loose or anything. Let me go grab one real quick.
No, Llama left of his own accord. Justin.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you, as I said, CNX, if you want to ping me on Facebook, and I'll post a link on my Facebook group about your configuration. But a lot of people, I haven't heard of yours. A lot of people have heard of Teaching Text one. That's pretty common, pretty popular. But if you have one, that doesn't like I'm happy to advertise it.
Mm-hmm. Community supports community. Liam is a very firm believer in the community supports. It's community supports community. So.
Oh yeah. It's all about sharing. So
yeah.
I just saw your message. Give me a moment.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Travis. I didn't get a chance to say that, but yeah, you're right. It does. It does all the offloading. It's kind of nice, How much to kick Marcus? I think Marcus is kind of like me. He's got a price too. I'm sure he's
got a high price, I think.
Yeah, I think his price is kind of double mine.
You must remember as well, Loyal. Marcus is an IT is IT. He's a programmer, so he's got similar backgrounds to you and I.
Okay, so Liam, what you're saying is that he's expensive and Dan is cheap.
Yes.
Dan made himself cheap.
I'm like the Kmart version of the IT guy. Okay, I'm the Kmart version where like Marcus is kind of like the Gucci version. He's like the high end, like designer. So I got you, Marcus. I know.
Okay,
hell, I might even be cheaper than like the Kmart version. I might be like the thrift shop secondhand kind of deal.
All right, well, I'm gonna drop off so I can beat the crap out of this printer, and so I could just throw it against the wall.
Well, I said if you want to get rid of it, you want to give the extrusion, I'll use the extrusion out of it.
But you know what, Dan?
I need to take apart
version.
I may just retire.
That little cheap store, side store version. Those are the ones that be sitting around when you're 80 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones just fade out.
There's a video that's going to come out that's going to take care of that in another issue this thing has.
Okay, let me try and show you guys this. And this is for a neighbor friend of mine. She's a very big Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I did this one. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it or not.
Oh yeah, you can see it. That's awesome.
Yeah. That looks good, man. That looks really good, actually. Yeah, I like it.
All right. So I haven't fired up that Ender 5 Plus in about 6 months, so
it's gonna work. It would work. It's an Ender 5.
Oh, I know. It's and I modded the hell out of that thing. So
I haven't modded the hell out of mine, and it just worked. Mine is.
Yeah.
I love my 5 Plus.
See, look at
okay, I got a question for you.
Let's see
what would be the better buy? The CR10 or the Ender 3 Max?
Ooh.
That was the CR10.
You're muted, Marcus.
All right, I'm gonna drop off. I'll listen to you guys on.
All right, take care.
I just bought that Polyterra matte stuff, and I thought that
Moses, I'll join the after party later.
See you, John.
See you.
See you, Marcus.
I thought that toothless would look good in matte PLA, and it does. It looks really cool.
Yeah, now that you printed that toothless, my daughter's going to go nuts when she finds out that I didn't print her a toothless yet. So thanks, Marcus. And get me in trouble with my kid. Way to go! Now I'm going to have to.
There's a nice toothless out there that's printed with 0 supports, and he's got his wings out. It looks really good.
Well, Dan, I was on about 2 weeks ago, and a friend of mine, I talked him into getting a 3D printer, but I made the mistake showing his kid and his wife Thingiverse, Bang, My Memory Factory, and stuff like that, and everything else. that he did not get a chance to print anything for himself, but he wanted modifications like fan covers and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I had to print them all off, and he still hates me to this day.
I was going to say, it sounds like you became that dick friend real quick. He was kind of like,
I
you know
did.
what? Thanks a lot, Miles. You dick. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. I thought I was doing a good job, but now he hates me. He's like, man, I didn't spend all this money. And then he went and ordered another one. And he thought he was going to be able to keep it to himself. And it's just not going to happen.
Nope.
No.
Got the first one. Learned how to print with those. Wife decided she wanted to do those for Christmas. So then I was like, well, I'm going to buy a second printer. I'll have one print lithos and I'll do what I want to do on the second one. Nope. Needed to start printing frames and more lithos. So started printing more lithos and then the frames for the light boxes and everything. And then it got to the point where I was like, all right. And then I had the two enders, and then Loyal was gracious enough to gift me the mini, and I picked up a couple of other things.
Loyal, if you're still there, Loyal is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And the thing about it is, I have 3 of my aides that want me to start a YouTube channel, but I would have to start off just like anybody else, and I'll start off with putting it Ender 3 together and go from there and everything else. But if I can just have Loyal on my channel and come and say hi, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah. I'm sure if you do that and you put your info out there, I'm quite certain that he'll become one of your like social media, like your advertising. He'll be your advertiser for you. He'll push it out there.
Loyal, I have a question for Loyal. Actually, hold on a second. I have a question for Loyal. 1 second, Mylan.
And he's just not out there to put out money and try and be friends with people.
Yeah,
Loyal knows
1 second.
He's
I have a question
there.
for Loyal.
He knows ins and outs.
My question for Loyal is, Loyal, how much do you pay Dan to advertise you?
Tonight, I can tell you tonight's total is still running. I mean, the night ain't over yet. So if it keeps showing, if PayPal keeps showing up, I'll keep talking good. Everybody's got a price.
Loyal,
everybody's money.
Loyal, if you're listening, I'm just a disabled veteran with ALS, and I don't have as much money as you do with your big rants and stuff like that. But if you every time you give Dan $100, I'll get $5. I'm trying, but hold on. It's Liam's channel, so you have to give Liam 100 and Dan 100, and then I'll give 10.
No,
I'm just joking. You know, Loyal knows I'm just joking. It's not about his money.
Yeah.
Loyal is a really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he does 3D printing. It's not about Loyal's money. It's not like we don't like Loyal for his money. We like Loyal because he's a good person. That's
I
about
like
it.
Loyal because he gives Dan such a hard time.
I think that Dan. I actually think that Dan went to Loyal's ranch and did something to one of his horses, but I'm not going to say what.
No, it only gets expensive when Dan comes in, right? Normally, like Dan is the cause of all of this. You know that, right?
I cannot honestly believe how many people say that exact comment, Liam, where they're like, Dan's the reason I'm doing this, or Dan's the reason I'm doing that, or Dan's the reason that I showed up, and it's like all I did. I'm just a smart ass, and I like to talk, and I tend to like pick people from all walks of life like to hang out with me, and I enjoy that. I hate the fact that like people get stuck in these bubbles where they're like, I can only talk to people in this bubble, and I can only talk to people in this bubble. No.
I have a question for you. Dan, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever feel like sometimes you have to play dumb to have friends?
In what way?
I don't.
No.
I don't have to play. It's just natural for me.
I mean, you get around certain people and you have to dumb yourself down. Like, okay,
no,
actually, I was gonna say when it comes to like, when it comes to me, what you see is what you get. This is how I am
I mean, you can ask my wife. This is the way you guys see me is the way I am around everyone. I'm pretty much this guy. I mean, I'm you know.
Dan, that's what I like about you because I'm the same exact way. People will tell me, "Oh man, you're just I'm not gonna say where I'll dumb it down. Oh, you're just a butthead or whatever." I'm like, look, I don't pull any punches. I'm just me. I this is the way that I am.
Yeah.
You know, and if people get offended by it, I'm like, I'm sorry, and I'm not going to change my way or whatever else. It's just the way that I am. And
yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things like real simple. Some people would say the way I talk to people, I belittle them, but at the same time, I take that back. You know what I mean? Like they talk to me the same way. So somebody who comes into like our conversation, like earlier when I called you a dick, if somebody came into this conversation having only heard me call you a dick, saying you were the dick friend, they would have jumped my ass in any other situation. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. Like Mylan, you're a good dude. I love hanging out with you, man. Anytime I see you in the chats, I'm always like, Mylan, hey man, what's going on? You know what I mean? Or like if I'm in chat and you're in chat, you know what I mean? Like I try to love everyone. It's hard sometimes. There are some people that just no matter how hard you try to get through to them, just to even be a friend or just someone to listen if they need it, they're not going to hear you. They don't want it.
No, they're not. Yeah. No, they're not going to. There's an old saying we use in the military, and it's you have to learn to get along before you can go along. But that does not always work in normal everyday life with you know and stuff like that. So and I got a question. Okay, we'll break off from this. We'll break off from this.
I'm loyal. I have a different approach to that.
Okay, we have a tentative date in June, which I'm not sure the exact date, but we have a tentative date in June for Murph. Does anybody know when that might happen? And now I'm in Indiana.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm sorry?
I don't think it's going to happen.
If it does happen, they're saying when? The 25th, 26th, 27th?
Yeah, but I don't think it will because look at the date and look at how many vaccinations have actually been rolled out. It won't happen. Because most of the people who go to this stuff are younger people, right? Not all, but a lot of. And they're not hitting the younger people till the end of the year. So like, even my age, I'm 50 years old, and I can't. I won't get a vaccination until the end of the year.
No, I get mine next week, but I get mine next week just because I'm sick. That's about it, and I'm not more special than you. So, but here's my question: is no one has told me where in Indiana it's going to be at if it is held, because I have to make travel arrangements for that. So, do any of you guys know?
Yeah, it will be like it always is in Goshen, Indiana. It's
that's where my sister was
the heart of Amish country. So there's going to be a lot of horse and buggy.
No, I know Amish country.
Yeah, it's Goshen, Indiana is where it's at. So it's just up north there in Goshen. It's like a 3-hour drive for me. I'm not driving 3 hours to drive home, 3 hours to drive back 3 hours. So if I'm going, I'm getting
a hotel. I'm moving here for like 3 days.
Yeah,
Dan, I'll get a room with 2 double beds. We can chill out for 3 days.
That'll work, man, because my wife, as much as she wants to go, she's telling me that she doesn't necessarily know she wants to go now because I screwed up. She and I were supposed to go last year. It was supposed to be kind of like our honeymoon getaway. She actually is interested in Delta printer. She likes the big Delta printer, the 3-axis motion. She loves all that. It was exciting to her.
About those, but besides they can print fast, that's about it.
Yeah.
And they're very good quality.
Yeah, she just likes the motion, like the watching them work, the way the head just kind of hangs free and spins around. She likes watching that. So she wanted to go because she saw that there's a couple companies that have like an 8-foot tall and like a 20-foot tall Delta printer. She wanted to go and see those. So she wanted to go. Well, Murph didn't happen. I started getting kind of more out there in the community, talking to people, getting to know people, doing these streams and stuff. And then my wife realized, wait a minute, there are people who are actually excited to see you. There are people who actually want to see you. I'm like, yeah. She goes, I don't want to go. I'm like,
that's why I want to go to Murph is so we can all meet and see each other. I just had to with Brody in the doggy hotel. So Brody just has to go to the dog hotel. Dan, I'm gonna tell you right now, Dan, if Murph happens, I'm going looking for you, and we're gonna cause havoc.
Trust me. Loyal. No, I ain't gonna lie to you there, Mylan. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna hop on the back of your wheelchair with a jousting stick and say, "Go." We'll just make our way to the crowd.
We can ride out, buddy. We can ride out. We can do it. I'm telling you, I'll be in a full charge.
I'll just hang on the back, and we'll have to get Justin to bring his little his big collapsible sword with, and I'll and stand on the back and just kind of let you go through the crowd.
Okay, well, why don't we do this? Okay, Dan, why don't you work on this? Okay, work on a little stand you could put your 2 little feet on, and we'll connect to the back of my wheelchair.
Yeah, and I'll just hang out back.
I'll tell you that. Now, this is what I'll tell you. Okay, I have a Permobil. It's an F3 Fusion.
Okay.
It's a Permobil F3 Fusion. So that way you can look up the wheelchair and see how it's built. And you can just you can get a cart, you can get a milk crate and put 2 wheels on it, and we can roll out. We can do this. I really want to go to Murph, man. I'm tired of hearing about talking about Murph, and I can't go.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm with you, and actually, Justin's kind of got one going there too. Because if all goes according to plan, I'm going to be wandering around looking like Joel Telling, but wearing a shirt that says "No, I'm not him," and then it'll have like a picture of Joel on the back. Either that or on the front,
Liam,
a big picture of Joel.
I got a question for Liam.
You should have one, I'm not Slim Shady.
Now, Liam, if Murph happens, are you going to be able to make it?
I don't think it's going to happen. I would like to go, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, if it does happen, will you be able to make it?
I would probably go down there, yeah.
I'm going.
Okay, that'd be great.
But I have a feeling it's going to get canceled again.
I'm going, and it's one of those things where, with or without the vaccine, I would go. But that's because I already had COVID back in November. I got the vaccine. My second shot was just last week. And all that stuff aside, I had COVID back in November. I know how bad it sucks. And for me, this would be one of those situations where the risk would be worth the reward kind of a thing. Like, just the ability to hang out with everybody, see everybody, and get to do things, and just to be a part of it. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, for me, the community.
Maybe we should do an open air version of it and do it out in Loyal's farm. Yeah, French.
Hey, you know what?
You know what? I can actually.
I got 10.
I can talk to the transportation company here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and the VA, and I can take a bus to where Loyal's farm is, and get a hotel, and they can have transportation take me back from the hotel to Loyal's farm, and from his farm back to the hotel, and that's what I want to do for Murph, and they'll do it for me. I just have to give them the schedule and everything else, and they'll arrange my transportation. You gotta understand, my wheelchair weighs 470 pounds, and I'm down from 210 down to 160. So it's still a lot of weight. There you go, Mark.
That looks good.
That's really good. Yeah, I got something to show you too. I'll be right back. Let me get it out here in my living room.
So that looks really good.
Yeah, it turned out real good.
Yeah. But you should find a toothless one with his wings up. His head is down and his wings are up. It looks really good.
I know the one you're talking about. I love that. I usually do the free models, and this one's.
That's free. That's free on Thingiverse. Yeah, so you should do. So Loyal, since you like that, you should go to Thingiverse. There's a version of Toothless, and his head is down on it. So the base is flat with his head down, but his wings are actually sticking up at the side. It looks really, really good. It's a nice one. Yeah, Toothless. Yeah. You're muted again. You muted yourself.
I'm back. Okay, now you remember the other night?
First.
You paint the eyes and the tongue, but Ethan's mom's birthday is coming up here in a few days. So this is going to be her.
Yeah, paint the eyes green.
Yep.
Yeah.
With big black pupils.
Yeah. Marlon, you wanted to show something?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug in this lamp so I can get a little bit of extra light.
Okay. I'll bring you online when you're done. When you're ready.
No, what I was saying is, when Jerry was talking about stringing with PETG,
I get no stringing with PETG.
Well, I just broke the head off the baby. I just broke the head off the mama.
That's all right. They make glue for that.
Trying to figure out how you guys can see this.
All right.
There you go. That looks good.
No string. This is black.
There's a bit of lining on it.
One.
There's a bit of layer
black
lining.
But one PETG.
Yeah.
And no stringing.
Yeah.
And I was using the settings that Chuck from Filament Friday.
Yeah, Chuck Halbrook. Yeah.
Chuck Halbrook. Now, he was printing at 60 millimeters a second. So he took his retraction distance down to 6, and he took his retraction speed down to 25.
Yeah.
I printed at 50 millimeters a second. So I took the distance down to 5 and the distance down to 20.
Okay.
And no stringing whatsoever. Of course, I just broke the head off, but luckily no one's going to buy this. It was just for an advertisement piece.
Chris,
again,
I don't use 3D glue. I just use I use glue stick for all my PETG prints.
Okay, I got a question. I've been using this little cheap stuff that came. I've been using it for the last 6 months. And this little cheap stuff that comes with the printers comes in a green and white tube. That's for the glue stick. What do you think is a better glue stick for the PETG?
I go to Staples. I buy the jumbo glue sticks and Staples in a box of 10 in a box. It costs maybe $8 or $10, and that's all I use.
It's the Staples house brand, right, Liam?
Yeah, Staples house brand. Yeah.
Staples house brand. Oh, okay.
It works great. Now, some people say, that's the wood. Oh, that's nice. Wood PLA.
That's the same.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice, Marcus.
You got some layer lining on this. You got some
same one. Yeah, I don't have the words on the side of mine though.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
That is good.
Muted, Marcus.
But the
Sorry.
It's all good.
So this is Hatchbox Wood PLA and with it like a cherry stain.
Yeah.
So.
It's very nice.
Yeah, and like Dominic does say there, if money is not an option, the Vision Miner stuff has been working great for me too. I actually just got like the little sample. You can get like a little sample bottle that'll last you forever. I mean, you take that, you just put a little bit of it on your surface. It comes with a little brush it on. The nice part is just keep printing on it. When it starts to lose its tack or whatever, spray it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Give it a real light wipe. Don't even like try to take it off the bed. Just spray it and give it a quick wipe. Just to kind of help.
But you don't have to have any glue on the bed for the PLA though.
No.
Oh, but
Marcus, there's a question there for you.
Yeah, Astro. So Toothless was on my Ender 3 because my Prusa Mark III still has a print on it because we're in the middle of filming something. Ethan still has to remove the print, and then
guys,
we can finish up the video.
Okay. Yeah. So I just use the cheap PVA glue for that you buy. You get in Staples. It works great. I've never had problems with it. It always works.
Yeah, the glue is always a good one. Like I said, the Vision Miner stuff, if there's no issue and you can get it, the Vision Miner stuff is another good one. And those are really the only two things that I'd ever actually kind of recommend. I used to do hairspray all the time when I first got into printing on glass. I would use hairspray, but that stuff, there's a lot of cleanup that can be involved. It's kind of a pain. So I recommend Vision Miner. I really do. When it comes to problematic stuff, I love the Vision Miner. Like at some point I will get another bottle of the Vision Miner because it's apply it and walk away. That's it.
Yeah, I've never had problems with PVA glue stick.
Mhm.
So like, and I print on, I do all my PETG on glass, and I've never had problems with the glass. And quick coat, heat the bed, quick coat of PVA glue, and you're done.
Yeah, and
You know,
that's
it's
where
rock solid.
that's the reason why I love this hobby, because people will sit there. It's just like Ford versus Chevy or V8 versus turbos and naturally aspirated. Everybody's going to have their. This is what works best. This is what you need to do. The thing is you take their information, you try things, and what works for you is what works for you. So, I mean, like in the case, Mylan, with you, you can try. I mean, if glue stick is working, stick with glue stick, man. But if you have an opportunity,
that's for the Pet G.
Yeah, for the Pet G. I was gonna say if glue stick is working for you with Pet G, stick with it. But if you have an opportunity to try the Vision Miner stuff, like whether you just decide to buy a small sample bottle just to try it, if you try that and you like it, switch, use it. If you don't, it's a small bottle. It costs you like $5-10. And if you don't want to use it, maybe you get a friend who's got printers. You can just be like, here, try this stuff. You know what I mean? See what it does for you. It didn't work for me. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
let them try it.
Sorry, I'm a Ram driver, so I don't.
I can't say nothing because right now the collection of vehicles that we have 2 Jeeps and a Chevy Cavalier, and my son, I love him, but my middle son has destroyed 2 Ford Explorers on us.
So the answer to that, there's an answer to that.
Dan,
The
I'll
answer
say
to that
this.
is get him a bicycle. That's how you cure that.
Dan, I'll say this. Okay, right now my wheels are dirty. Okay, but normally I have a friend of mine which I pay. He comes and cleans up my stuff, tires are armor all and everything else. And I had a guy. It was about 2 weeks ago. And he stopped and said, "Man, your chair looks really nice. How much does that cost?" I'm like, "You really know that?" And he's like, "Well, I was just wondering." I'm like, "How much a car cost?" He's like, "Well, I got it for $60,000." I'm like, "Was that for a loan or you still, whatever else?" He's like, No, I'm still paying." I'm like, "Okay, well, my chair costs $100,000."
Yep.
He just rolled off. His girlfriend was looking at me. I'm like, "Yeah, but
it costs as much as a house does.
You don't know what this costs." Okay.
Yeah.
And this chair, even with the VA and Medicare and Medicaid, it still cost me $15,000 out of my pocket.
Yep. And that's in situations like that. That's where and I don't want to go riling up the troops and starting all kinds of like crazy war. But
you always start riling up the troops and starting crazy.
Yeah, one thing
that's something you say right before you rile up the troops.
Is if you stick your butt on the line for this country should stick their butt on the line for you. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean,
Dan, I'm gonna say this. Okay, my whole entire family, besides one brother and one sister, is military. Okay, my son's a Marine at Camp Pendleton right now. Okay, and he's either gonna go MRSOC or Recon. Okay, I spent 9.5 years Navy SEAL. Okay, it's just what our family does. Okay, putting the ass in my country is what I wanted to do since I was 9 years old.
Yep.
But I do not. I'm not sure how to explain this. I do not put that in front of people like I'm better than them. Okay, it's just something I chose to do.
You're too humble.
That's just about it. I mean,
you're just.
I was the tip of the spear. It's what I did, but you know what? It's what I chose to do. It's not what I was forced to do. There are a lot of young men and women, or I could say young women and men, that come from communities or whatever else that don't have an option for better things. So they go into the military, okay, and they make the best of it, and they make the best of themselves out of it. This is what I chose to do. You don't understand. My father's 33 years, retired Command Sergeant Major E9, tour in Korea, 3 tours in Vietnam. When my father learned that I wanted to be a Navy SEAL, he almost shit his pants because it's a straight death sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if this is not a public channel, I can show you the bullet holes and the friggin' scars. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's what I chose to do.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of women and men choose to do this. And it's not just because, oh, if I go into the military, I can get a free education.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or whatever else. This is our country. This is what we do. This is how we protect our citizens that are not militarized.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what we did. You know, people hear, oh, okay, yeah, he's a former Navy SEAL. You got to kiss his ass. No, the hell you don't. You don't.
Nope. No.
You don't have to do that. I have a friend of mine that I had to tell to quit calling me because he will sit back and then also a woman come over his house and he was like, oh, yeah, I know a Navy SEAL. I'm like, why are you calling me at 10:30 at night? Oh, I was just bragging to you about this woman I got over my house, and I'm like, I'm not hanging up the phone on him. And stop. It's not about that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There are people in this country that do as much for this country, and it's basically financial-wise,
mm-hmm.
more than military-wise, that help take care of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have companies like Iran and stuff like that, and all that crap. Everything's going on, but a lot of us want to take care of everybody. The rest of us want to just crap on everybody. But I'm going to stop talking. Dan, we can talk about this later. Another aspect. Liam, Liam,
I get where you're coming from.
SN10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I trust me, man.
I
get where you're coming from.
Watch it.
You are a good man. You've done some good and bad, and in the end, it's made you who you are today. And you're here with us. You're hanging out. So, thank you.
Well, Dan. Before Liam speaks, I'll tell you this. There's a saying we have in the SEALs. Okay, heaven won't take us, and God and hell's afraid will take over. Okay. Now I want you to listen to Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to a song. It's by Five Finger Death Punch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called The Wrong Side of Heaven.
Yep. One of my favorites.
Yes. One of ours too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's
now, Liam. Liam, can you tell me about SN10? I know it landed, but I was hearing from what you guys were saying, from what Jerry was saying, like it blew up.
Yeah.
It landed. It launched. It went up to 10 kilometers as planned. It landed as planned, because the last two did not land. This landed. It was sitting on the landing pad for about 5 minutes, and obviously there was something wrong on the inside because we didn't see any flames on the outside at the time. There was flames when it initially landed, but they quenched them. But after it landed, they had the flames out, and it was sitting on the landing pad the landing pad. But something went wrong on the inside. I believe it was a hydrogen leak on the inside.
Mm-hmm. That's what they were. I believe that's what
one of the tanks probably ruptured a little bit, and the engines were not cool, so the two mixed, and it blew up. But it's okay. Yeah, it's a test machine. It's
now, Liam, they're using a lot of 3D printing with a lot of their rocket parts.
They're 3D print, yes, but it's not the reason why it's failing.
No. That's what I was saying. What I was saying is, if they had a hydrogen leak, what could have caused that problem?
The way it was assembled, the impact of it landing. It could have been a whole series. They will diagnose that. That's what they do.
Okay.
This is a learning.
Well, you know more about that than I do. So that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. So this is SN10. They've already in the process. SN11 is already built. SN12 is already built. SN13 is in the process, is almost finished. SN14 is nearing finished. SN15
Okay,
is
so
still being assembled.
SN11 and SN12 have already been put and assembled in the
They're
high
finished
bay.
and ready to go. They will put them out in the landing. They'll put them out in the pad. So whatever they learn from this, they will actually take that and they'll go and check them to see if they need to change something, and they'll change it before they bring it out onto the launch pad.
Okay, well, Liam, you got to understand. I completely apologize. Like for the other night when I was on Jerry's stream. Okay, I take a lot of powerful medications. Okay, I take Dilaudid, I take hydrocodone. Then I have, even for muscle lax, I got Valium, I got Dantrolene, Tizanidine, I got Gabapentin, I got Bactrin. And I fell asleep with you guys.
You take so many pills, you must rest when you walk, when you move.
The thing is, I completely apologize. So sometimes I miss stuff as to what's going on.
I'm saying when you've taken so many pills, as you move around, you must rattle.
What? Jerry told me because I emailed Jerry and he's like, you got to go back and watch it. I'm like, no, I don't want to watch it. I'm embarrassed by it. That is not me. And you guys see me right here tonight. And what I did is I cut my stuff down to quarter strength. And I'm dealing with pain right now, and it's not that bad. My 6 is probably about a 10 to you guys, but I'm dealing with it. But that was very embarrassing for me, and people don't understand what it's like to be sick. And I'm not asking for anybody to feel sorry for me or like that, because when I start my channel, and if you guys do not come to my channel to do live stream, trust me, I will drive my wheelchair to all of your houses. Okay, I'm not taking a bus. You guys will see that there will be a news chopper. There will be a news chopper. Like there's a guy driving his wheelchair down the highway, and
it's gonna be the slowest high speed chase on the news.
Yeah, I can only move at 9 miles an hour. That's my fastest speed on this wheelchair.
Starting up, we'll be there.
Yeah,
Liam, I will catch a freighter. They will put me in a shipping container, okay, and you will get a box on your front porch with a bunch of holes in the side of it. You're like, what the hell is this? I'm like, Liam, open the box.
Now you see why I don't give out my address.
Yeah,
I'm worried Milam will turn up at my door.
Hey, Liam, you got to remember, he's still got connections in the service. He'll find you.
Yes, I will find you. Oh, trust me, I will find you.
I'll tell you what. We should outfit Milan's chair with Loyal's tractor engine. He can make his way down.
No. I got a bad enough time driving this damn thing. I can drive this thing like I'm driving a friggin' Ferrari. But okay, I'm gonna pick up my phone. I'm gonna show you this because I got 4 printers. I have 4 printers, and I'm trying. Hold on. I have 4 printers, and I'm trying to work on a device that will actually be able to hold my cell phone next to my control panel.
Well, that should be easy enough.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of curves that come with it. Which
but you just need to make a clip that goes onto it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mylan, trust me, man. You give any one of these guys, like, they get the dimensions off of that thing, and they'll have one made for you in like a week. It's just a matter of.
Well, that's what I'm trying to show you guys.
Well, you don't even need dimensions. You need the width, but you could make a Velcro strap to hold it on.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my control buttons. I got control buttons up here.
No. Yeah, but you're not understanding. If you make a bracket that goes on beside the controller, on the inside, but towards your legs, and then you build a Velcro strap that actually straps it on, it won't move. So it'd be like a U connection that slides over the hand that just behind your joystick. It slides over, and then you use a Velcro strap to hold it in place. You could do that.
But see, I have to worry about my control buttons because I have blinkers, I have hazards.
You won't be anywhere near it.
I can control my TV.
Mylan,
I can throw me from his chair.
Mylan, you're not listening to me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So you have your screen where your touch buttons are, right? And then you come down from that, and then you have your joystick for control, for steering. In between that, there's a gap. If you created a connector that had your phone, a mounting bracket for your phone, and then coming off the side of that was a U-shaped connection that slid over between your screen and your joystick, and then had a Velcro strap that went around it, that would hold it on. That's all you need. It's not a hard one to design. You just need to take a few measurements.
Well, I'm still working with Tinkercad, so.
Well, you can do it in Tinkercad. You can get an existing phone case for your phone type, and then you could make this other bracket and just put them together in Tinkercad and export them as a single STL file, merge them, and then print it. It's possible.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to work on, things that will help other handicapped people.
Yeah, but it would have to be based on each phone model, because if it's not properly housing the phone, the phone could come loose. You don't want one of those friction ones, because even though that's universal, you run into the issue of it coming loose. So you need to have something that's made so the phone slides in and is fully locked in place, and then you can do it.
But what I was thinking was, Liam, is that where the phone slides in that, where it clamps in at,
no,
we probably put some type of rubber or foam padding in there so it grips onto the phone.
They have them, but they will not hold it strong enough. I would not go that route. You're better off to design it for each phone, so the phone is there, and its phone slides into it like a slot, and it can't come out. And then then slots over and gets strapped around.
I agree with Loyal, though. I think we should just get you a Tesla. The only thing is in order to get you in a Tesla and have you be able to get around comfortably, we're going to need to get you a nice big open garage where you can just drive up to the kitchen and just kind of reach out and grab what you need, then drive back to the living room. And instead of a TV, let's just get you a big old inflatable, a big screen. You know what I'm saying? The movie theater screens, the big inflatable ones, put one of them up for you, and then just sync the Bluetooth audio into the Tesla so you can just pull up and park. And every night's movie night, man. You're just going to the
you can always get the hand controls added to Tesla for driving. The hand acceleration and brake. That can
I only got seven fingers, so.
Oh, then it would be a problem.
You only need two to hold the wheel and one to control the stick. So you're good, man. You got this.
We're good to go.
Yeah, you're good. And it's a Tesla too. Once you get going, all you got to do is hit the button twice, and then it'll automatically start going for you. Every now and then you just touch the wheel and let go and sit there.
Yeah. I'm not too sure about that automated driving.
I don't know how comfortable I feel about giving up control to the machine,
Exactly.
Well, let's put it this way.
Well, there's one person that gets on here all the time, and he has that. It's never let the machines win.
Mike.
All right, Mike. Yeah,
Mike. Yeah.
I'll tell you what we do, right? Now that we've gotten to know Mylan more, I don't know if I want him on the road.
Oh, thank you, Liam. I really appreciate it.
About Dan. I wouldn't trust Dan on the road either.
Hey.
I've put a vehicle or two in a ditch. It happens.
I've never done that. I've never crashed.
Oh, Liam! So tomorrow, when we talk to you tomorrow evening, you're gonna have a great story to tell us now, aren't you?
No. No, in all my years driving, and my father was the same. My father never ever crashed a car. He was in his late 70s when he passed away, and he was driving since he was 15.
Yeah, I've put a few cars in some ditches, and I've laid a motorcycle down. I pulled a 4-wheeler. I've done some dumb things.
I've been
Dan almost cut my head off on a barbed wire fence riding a 4-wheeler.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I did.
Well, we were on a friend of mine's farmland, and we were racing around, and we figured okay, we'll just go ahead and drive into the lakes. And well, it didn't work out too well. Once we saw the little flags on the fences, we rolled off and spent 4 days in the hospital just from rolling off the four-wheeler. Yeah, because we didn't get off, we would cut our heads off from the barbed wire fence.
Well, I've driven in countries like Turkey. Like driving in Turkey, you know, in Turkey they have a way of driving.
Where were you at in Turkey?
In Istanbul.
In where?
Istanbul.
Istanbul? Okay.
Yeah. And in Istanbul is a crazy driving. The way they drive in Turkey, I call it drive by horn, because they get up in the morning, they get into the car, they say goodbye to their wife, they get in the car and they go, and that's how they drive all the way to work and all the way back home again. The horn is always beeping, so they drive by horn in there. And you know what's actually a bad place to drive? Paris. The reason why I say Paris is there's an area in Paris called it's called, you know where the Champs-Elysees is? You've seen pictures of it?
Yes.
And the Arc de Triomphe at the top of it, right? Around the Arc de Triomphe is a 6-lane roundabout around the Arc de Triomphe, right?
But it breaks down to about 4 the way they drive.
Well, no, it's actually 6 lanes, but traffic who's coming onto the roundabout has right of way, not traffic already on it, which is the opposite way it's supposed to be in a roundabout. Okay, I'm talking about roundabouts here. I know Americans don't know how to use them. It's okay, but, so there's 6 lanes of traffic on it, and the people coming on have the right of way, which is weird. Around. And if you get in an accident, if someone bumps into you there, you just keep going, because if you stopped on that roundabout, if someone have an accident, you bring Paris to a standstill. So people get bumped and they just keep going. It's crazy. One of the guys I used to work with over there, he's a French guy, he used to call it the circle of life. It's crazy. That roundabout is insane to drive.
So I actually have a twin brother, but he was stationed in Panama. And I don't know how he got this gig, but he ended up being the driver for all of his commanders. And of course, he drove a Humvee, so you do have one advantage there. But yeah, intersections don't have lights, because like it's a third world country. There's no lights at intersections, and so you beep the horn, and that means I'm going.
Yeah.
So it sounds like what you were saying. That's what if you don't have a horn, you can't drive because you can't go. A horn means I'm going. You better move.
Yeah, but you might be talking about yourself. I'm not an American, so. Unless you didn't realize the accent is not a Michigan accent. It's crazy to drive on that around the Arc de Triomphe, and even the Champs-Elysees is bad, but driving around there and in Istanbul, it's really, really bad. I was there once and I got a taxi from the office from the hotel to the office, and the taxi driver took an unusual route that I hadn't gone before. And I realized about halfway down one street, he was actually going the wrong way down a one-way street. And under Turkish law, if you're in a car with a taxi driver and he has an accident, it's your fault as a passenger, because he wouldn't have been going that direction unless he picked you up.
Holy smokes.
You can't make that stuff up, man.
So you could end up in Turkish prison because your taxi driver went the wrong way.
You have to pay for the repairs, yeah.
You better not piss off your taxi driver. He might be like, you're giving me a good tip, right? And you're like, well, we'll think about it. 5 stars too, right? And starts just kind of like swerving at people.
Oh, it is. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, I see. In Ireland, in Ireland, we've had roundabouts for many, many, many years. We got so many roundabouts all of a sudden because they got rid of so many traffic lights. The joke was that the roundabout salesman has been really busy in Ireland, because everywhere you go, traffic lights disappeared in a lot of places and roundabouts went in, especially on the main roads. They very quickly replaced them all with roundabouts, and they are really good for traffic control because you get good flow of traffic. But yeah, we suddenly changed from one to the other when I was when I was a teenager, so when I was learning to drive. So,
do they build up the metals like they do here?
Sorry?
Do they build up the metal, like the island that's in the middle of the roundabout? Do they build it up like they do here?
In most cases, yes.
Okay.
But they build it up as they don't build it up sharply. It's built it up and it's rounded like it's a grassy area in the center. They don't do a quick one, quick rise. I don't get that reference.
So what's the plan, man?
Out of Loyal's escort to the ATM so he could pay right away.
Yeah, there's the driving in different parts of the world can be crazy. Driving in the Philippines, they're very aggressive drivers, and they're as well. So they also drive by horn a lot. And it's like if you take the opportunity to get out into a lane, you go because no one's going to let you out.
Be right back, guys.
All right, take care. Well, we're going to be wrapping up shortly anyway because I'm up at 4:30 in the morning to bring my son swimming. Yeah, they will actually do that if you speed. Correct. You don't have the cash on you, and they'll do it on. And if they stop you on a freeway, they will actually take payment from credit cards, so it's on the spot.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's not cheap either. Like it's 300 or 400 euro fines. They don't skimp on fines over there. They do that when people don't like to make turns. What's funny is if you go from mainland Europe to Ireland or to the UK to England, right? They drive on the opposite side of the road. So in mainland Europe is one side, and in the UK it's the opposite. So mainland Europe is the same as here in the States, right? So you see people from mainland Europe, getting off ferries between Ireland from France or wherever, coming to Ireland or to the UK, and when they get off, I don't know how people do this. They manage to try and go the wrong way around the roundabout because they're used to going the opposite direction. Even though when you go up to the roundabout, the road turns into the roundabout to guide you, they still manage to do this and double back on themselves and manage to go the wrong way around the roundabout. It's funny just to watch that. We actually in where the ferries are in Ireland, we have police. They station themselves at the roundabout, waiting for people to do this, because you're guaranteed every single ferry that comes in, someone's going to make the wrong turn. It's kind of funny. You're dancing away there, Dan.
Yeah, I'm watching the Kobe Lax pre-show. They got about 9 minutes before their Twitch stream goes live. So I'm just kind of listening to like little pre-roll stuff they got going, and I'm checking to see if I can win some laxatives, is what they call them. They're like little fake like chat money. So I'm trying to win me some laxatives so that I can go like big like I did the other night. I was on here and I kept doing gamble all, and I ended up almost 1 million laxatives, and then turned around and did a gamble all and wound up broke. It happened.
I'm going to wrap this up if you don't mind, because it's almost 10:20 and I am up at 4:30 in the morning. So I have a long day tomorrow.
So remember to stay on a second, Mylan. So
Can I say one thing?
Hang on there a moment, Mylan, because we want to.
Hey guys, before we get off, I missed a thing in chat, and his name is Chris Travis.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah.
And I want to say, you're welcome, sir. So he said, he sent me thank you for my service in the military, and I want to tell him thank you too. I missed it earlier, so but I want to make sure I said it to him.
So if you hold on there a moment, guys, I'll be back with you in a second. Okay. So
cool. Yeah.
Wrong person. Let me put me over here and then redo the same button. Okay. So thanks, guys, for turning out. It was fun as always. Lots of different topics, which is always fun. Remember, I will be doing another hangout on next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, same time. And on top of that, I'm going to try and line up some more interviews in the coming weeks because it's been hard to get people into interviews because of the Chinese New Year. So I'll continue working on that and try and get my normal interviews going. But I probably will spin something up as well this coming weekend. Maybe do another hangout over the weekend if anything's happening. Okay. So thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of the week and a fun weekend. And remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay printing. Thank you all, and have a good night.